What do you think's going to happen this week? I mean, with the whole Russia thing.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really?
Also interesting is, remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
He could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah.
At this moment in history, as we're looking at efforts across the country to prevent people from being able to exercise their fundamental rights,
Jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says that he's going to bring all these jobs back, well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how? What magic wand do you have? How exactly?
Okay, here we go. 5, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, there he is again.
There he is again.
Greetings.
Oh, boy.
Welcome to Sanctimonious American Men.
Mr. Science has got to go.
Science is left.
He'll be back.
He'll be back.
He comes back every now and then.
Welcome to show number 5. I'm Barnes.
I'm Brandon. We are here again. Show 5. Didn't know we'd make it this far.
I didn't know. I gotta thank God. I like to thank God for this opportunity.
No,
See us through
no nukes yet.
the hard times.
We ain't got no nukes popping off yet, you know.
No, I don't think there's gonna be nukes popping off.
I don't think so either. I think that's just a bunch of wishful thinking by people who like to worry about things.
Yeah, warriors. Somebody,
Justice warriors.
I got past a curious read from my buddy.
A read?
Yeah, he follows a lot of intelligence people or ex-intelligence people.
Okay.
And one of the Russian guys was saying he's not so sure if Russia's nuclear arsenal is actually completely functional. Yeah.
Oh.
That some of the uranium may be old. Needs to be maintained. Or
So you're just jumping right on in.
Oh yeah.
Ukraine, Russia,
nukes, spies.
I was just saying we're still
Cloak
here,
and
which is
dagger.
nice. You know, we're still here.
Yeah. Bills are paid.
Bills, not really. We're trying. We're
Trying to pay
trying.
the bills.
Well, let's see what's on the show today. Today, well, we will start off with a little bit of Ukraine, Kiev, and Russia. Let's see, Ukrainian. What is this? All right, the GMOs. You hear about that? The GMO.
The GMOs.
Mosquitoes.
I did hear about that. I don't know what the fuck that's about.
Yeah, 2 billion, somewhere around there, Florida and California.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Not unregistered.
YouTube banning the shit out of everyone.
You're done.
So we might not be here much longer either.
Susan Jowanski is God.
Oh, Susan.
Oh, Susan.
Susan.
Let's talk about Susan. How wonderful a human being she was.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. What was her last name again?
Jowanski or something?
Jowanski. Yeah.
Something like that.
The overlord. She's basically the Sauron.
Sauron.
Sauron of YouTube.
She's like the great messiah figure of YouTube.
She's going to save everyone from... She's going to save your little ears from being hurt.
From being hurt. Don't hurt my ears.
You don't want your ears hurt. We're going to talk about the adventures of Baron von Trump. Not really. Not really. We're just, is he a time traveler? I don't know.
He could be.
He was talking
if
about...
Biden gets in, your gas is going to be $7, $8, $9 a gallon.
It's like he predicted the future.
So did I Am Legend.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They also predicted a Batman v Superman movie. But, that was all just real deep cut marketing. Russia and Facebook and Twitter. Yeah. Russia got rid of Facebook and Twitter. And what was Facebook and Twitter's response?
You can kill them.
You can kill Russians.
You can kill them.
So, yeah, they've temporarily got rid of some of their terms of services so you can threaten Russians and Vladimir Putin.
Right, but the wolves angle and the black sun symbol of
I think you could put it on Facebook.
yeah, if it's blue and yellow, I think you can put those Nazi symbols up.
Yeah, you can put Nazi symbols on it as long as they're in pretty colors.
Blue and yellow, yeah. That's legit.
And then we might have some other pop culture stuff to talk about. But so yeah, we'll get back into first thing of the day. Ukraine. There's so much good news going on.
A lot of goodness.
Where can we start with like the biolab fake news? Fake.
I mean, that's been, rumored for a long time now.
Yeah, well, I think it was officially declared fake, and you were gonna get nixed off of platforms. Of course, the all-knowing Snopes told you it was fake.
Oh yeah, Snopes. Right.
They know everything.
They don't know how to use Google Earth.
So let's see, where is that? Do I have that story here? I don't. Where'd it go?
I threw it out. Didn't make it through editing.
Didn't make it. So, but hey, here's like off the top of my head. So it was, I think, the Pentagon and the other alphabet agencies, a couple of them said there are none biolabs. It's all bullshit.
Ukrainians
fake.
they don't like bio.
It's fake. So anyways,
we were funding shit in Wuhan, but this is totally fake.
So it's considered all fake news, and it's a conspiracy theory if you report on it.
Yeah.
And that's been that way for a week. And now, a couple days ago, Little Marco, as he's affectionately known, Marco Rubio, Little Marco. I think someone called him that once.
I think he was, yeah. Little
Marco Rubio asks this woman who I lost the story. I don't have her name at the moment. I probably could look it up. But he asked her, are there any biolabs in Ukraine? And she says, well, not weapon biolabs, but we do have biolabs.
Oh, yeah. Wuhan wasn't a weapon biolab either. For some reason, we paid for gain of function there. I don't know why.
So, I mean, this story kind of goes hand in hand with our friggin' GMO mosquitoes. It's just, people just don't give a shit what's going on as far as science.
Evil is real.
So it says Senator Marco Rubio panics as State Department Secretary Victoria Nuland reveals that there are biolabs in Ukraine. So it was the same girl.
Same girl, yeah. She just got caught on a
secret phone call released phone call.
Saying, we'll keep the EU out of this.
Yeah, so she was part of that like 4 years ago, putting this all together with the she's like, it'd be better if we had this person in there than that person. Right. We don't want Klitschko because he looks like a big dummy and all that stuff.
Yeah, she was in there.
Because Klitschko wanted to be like on one of those panels or something like that, or he wanted to be elevated into a certain like a position, and she was like, no, we can't have a boxer
right
fucking trying to lead your country. You already got an actor. You already got a comedian leading Ukraine.
Is he a comedian?
Well, that was the servant of the people. That whole show that he did for 5 years was a comedy show. That's why you see him dancing in the heels and the leather and the Right Said Fred videos.
Yeah. One thing about him,
too sexy for his shirt.
And this is something I see all the time where I can't put two ideas together and make any fucking sense of it just because they're separated by 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a long time to remember something.
Everyone else seems to think that's fine, but he said that without NATO support, that they couldn't win.
The Ukrainian president said this.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, and he was begging for support.
Well, here's the other story on that. Is that was earlier this week, Monday or Tuesday, I forget. He said, "I'm backing off my requests. I'm cooling off on wanting to join NATO."
Sure. Yep. And now
nobody reports on it.
then the very next day, he said he was fight to the bitter end. I'm like,
Well, somebody probably gave him a phone call and said, "Dude, what are you doing?"
I just don't get it. You can't win without NATO. NATO hasn't shown up, and now you're going to fight to the bitter end. It's like that. I don't want Ukraine to be erased from the map, but I mean, they're real people over there. You don't want to make them fight when they can't win.
Well, the real story I thought was
I mean,
this:
obviously, there's going to be Ukrainians that are going to want to.
when he backs off, right there's like the perfect opportunity to end the war. It's like you become neutral when we leave your country. You know, Russia would be like, that's good enough for us. If you become a neutral country, that's what was being considered.
I think they wanted 2 autonomous regions in the place to be autonomous too.
The
eastern part, yeah.
Right. Well, okay, maybe that was a bridge too far, as they say.
Maybe it'd be really weird. I mean, this whole thing in like U.S. terms is just like unbelievable. You know, it's like, all right, so this country came along and they took Delaware, and we didn't do anything about it. And then they came along and now they want to take
Yeah, I mean,
Georgia and make it on whatever.
all these people calling for death and destruction because, you know, we're fighting for freedom over there. It's like, all right, what would you think if Russia took over Mexico and was like, we're not doing nothing. We're just trying to, put our values over into this state right next door to you. And then they're like, maybe we'll take Texas too. You know?
Right.
You don't mind if we take a little bit of Texas, right?
That's funny because like,
I mean, that's more or less what America was doing in all those,
Sure.
that whole area with NATO.
One of the arguments I saw for putting troops on the ground was that, and I've been saying this, but I didn't think anybody was going to take it seriously. Ukraine's only 2 borders away from the United States, technically. Well, Alaska, Russia, Ukraine.
What?
So, in other words, you know how like Mexico separates us from Belize, say?
Okay.
So that's 2 countries away. Well, Russia separates us from Ukraine. It's like 2
Oh
countries.
my God. That was their friggin'.
Yeah, that's how. Well, Russia's really big. I mean, but yeah, it's only 2 countries away. What?
Wow. That's some
It's
real.
true. Okay.
Yeah, you could stretch out
Stretch
any
that.
thought.
Stretch that right out.
You can stretch the truth out as far as you want, like taffy.
I did watch an interesting on the Chinese-Russian border this week. That was interesting.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
A lot of people that didn't want to be on one side of the border or the other got stuck on the other side of the border, and tensions are still pretty high there. They got guard towers and shit like that, fence and whatever. Troops on the other side, whatever. It's not like Canada, or Mexico. It's not like that. Yeah, it sucks. Family separated on other sides.
Well, that one MMA fighter recently got like into the news because he was like from, I forget, Arkansas or something, and he was like, I'm not going to fight in Ukraine. He's like, God bless him for fighting for their country, but it's like, the fight comes here, I'll fight for everything I believe in.
Sure.
But you have all these people like, I'm going to pay higher gases because it makes me feel better.
That's all that's going on there.
Twitter told me so.
All right, and then the administration will blame it on the greed of the oil companies. So you're paying for the greed of the oil companies. I don't fucking get it. Elon Musk is too rich to buy a Tesla.
That ties into the story. Yep. Elon calls for. This is going to be a little later down the road, but we will jump right into it. Oh, there's so much here, so much gold. Elon calls for increased nuclear power, oil, and gas production. The boss tweets about energy needs as the Russian invasion of Ukraine threatens supplies. And now he's thinking in like classical terms, like, if there's a wartime and you're a country, what do? What's the classic thing to do? You got to friggin' get your energy up.
Yeah, you got to be self-dependent.
So what did he tweet? He tweeted here, greater oil and gas output. Oh, well, he tweeted for greater oil and gas output and urged Europe to turn toward nuclear power for its energy needs. Blah, blah, blah. What's the actual tweet? Oh, here it is. Hate to say it, but we need to increase oil and gas output immediately. Extraordinary times demand extraordinary measures. Which makes sense, you know? And he goes, hopefully it is now extremely obvious that Europe should restart dominant nuclear power stations and increase power output of existing ones. This is critical to national and international security. Yeah, well, not if you're trying to make a controlled collapse of all society so you can bring it down and make a new world government.
Energy is the step before the means of production. It's the first step in that. Because if you don't have energy, then you can't run the factory, which is the means of production.
You ain't doing shit.
And this was Karl Marx's first tenet of communism: seize the means of production. And energy is step one in that.
He also went on to say, like, I know this would hurt Tesla's stock because Tesla's obviously, going to benefit from this. But he was like, it's in the best interest of everyone everywhere for, society not to collapse.
Right. Good idea.
It's a great idea, man.
I'm into it.
Not that it will collapse, but it's definitely...
About
a lot of people are going to get hurt by this.
Oh, yeah. I don't know what the hell we're going to do with all the old engines if they try to do this, actually.
You start building some houses with them or something.
Engine houses.
Just gonna. That's my 350 house.
350 wall.
Over there's the 396 shed.
Oh God.
427 dog coop. So let them drive Teslas. The new Marie Antoinette.
The new Marie Antoinette. Yeah.
Let them drive Teslas.
Order it now and wait a year. Don't go anywhere for a year. And then don't go anywhere because where are you going to power up? I mean,
that's pretty much what the response to high gas prices is by the whole Biden administration and most other people who are fucking morons.
Well, they claim that, close it down the pipeline didn't hurt or affect the gas prices. But closing down the pipeline in Russia, that definitely hurt their economy, but not ours. Though.
Oh, man. Yeah. So...
But there's all these contracts. Well, maybe there's not oil there.
So here's the line of
maybe
thought.
That's why they're not showing
we
that.
want to hurt someone. We want to hurt their economy. So what do? You cut off their gas. You take their pipeline away from them. All right. That's the line of thought. So why on day one, when Biden got into office, he got rid of the XL pipeline?
Yeah, that was day one.
So
he
by
ran
his
on
own...
that.
He ran on it, yeah.
Yeah, that was his campaign promise.
So, but that didn't hurt the economy.
No, that didn't hurt.
Because that's different. That's
different math.
That's apples and oranges.
Different math.
So, anyways, the Let Them Drive Teslas group, we have in that little circle, we got Pete Buttigieg. We got what's his name? Stephen Colbert.
Oh, he's shot, dude.
Stephen Colbert telling people, it's going to make him feel better if he'll pay $15 a gallon. He's like, I'll pay $15. I got an electric car.
Yeah, well, he's an asshole. So what do you want?
He's also a fucking multi-millionaire.
Yeah, he's a multi-millionaire.
So, $15 to him is like,
nothing.
He don't even probably drive.
No, probably not.
But he does have a Tesla in case he wants to.
He probably has a company limousine or some shit.
How about that little fucking Ducey from Fox News? That little Aryan-looking bastard.
Who?
Steve? Is it Steve Ducey? The White House correspondent for Fox. He asked Psaki. He's like, does the president have a Tesla? And she says, presidents don't really drive themselves around that much. And he goes, well, he's a car collector. We've seen plenty of videos of him racing around in his Corvettes. And she's like, I don't know. He's like,
she's so full of shit.
Lead by example,
It's all.
He'll have a Tesla next week. Don't worry
I know,
about it.
Yeah, he's got one now. He had one right after that press conference.
Yep.
There'll be pictures in the news next week. Yes.
You heard it here first.
Well, it's the next thing is, and I've been hearing that's the environmental crisis collapse. They're going to use the environmental crisis as a means of economic collapse.
Oh, well, you got John Kerry still running around fucking yelling about, the Putin taking the focus off of climate change.
Climate change, yeah.
And it's like, I heard people getting upset with him. I didn't really bring nothing this week about it, but I heard people getting upset about it because it's like, dude, there's people dying, and you're just out here trying to be like, well, the climate is going to be bad.
I mean, you got to protect the climate, but when there's someone dying in front of you, you're fucking worried about the person dying in front of you.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like a lot of this is just
tied together. Well,
I feel like it was decided in 2011 when we moved towards China and away from Russia. And, Barack Obama was saying, remember he was saying to Mitt Romney.
Mama.
He said to Mitt Romney, when he was talking about Russia, he was like, the 80s called and they want their foreign policy back.
Right. Mm-hmm. Trying to make fun of John Kerry. Was it?
It was Mitt Romney.
It was Mitt Romney. Okay.
Yeah.
Mitt. Oh, my God.
But he said, yeah, the 80s called and they want their foreign policy back.
You remember that video that came out with Mitt that somebody released? It was like him at an event, and he's telling all the people, he's like, well, there's like just eaters and, people that just consume resources.
Right.
And it's like, wow, that's a way to think of your constituents. I got a bunch of eaters.
That's like Bill Burr, right? That comedy skit when he comes out and he's like, I couldn't be a politician. He's like, I'm too honest. And, I'd come out and everybody would cheer and I'd be like, hey, I'm running for blah, blah, blah. And, my agenda is to kill 85% of you.
Jesus. Oh, man. Yeah, George Guidestone style.
Yeah, that got knocked down. That's no longer there, I hear.
No.
I heard it got knocked down.
What, like this week?
I don't know when.
Did you do it?
No, I've known this long. Kill Putin at the Georgia Guidestones.
Holy shit.
Go blow up Putin. I heard he's at the White House. He's visiting.
This is endorsed by Facebook. Twitter.
I saw Putin walking.
What was it? I saw somebody, because people are getting like just so dead set against the bullshit, like hive mind virus. There's people that are like making T-shirts rooting for Putin. What? Yeah, they're just like, I can't take it. I can't take people telling me how to think, so I'm just going to trigger them. I'm rooting for Putin. Holy shit. Yeah, it takes all kinds, folks. It takes all kinds, and that's why we're in America. You got the right to say these things for now.
Yeah, you can still say things.
Let's see. Oh, you're looking up
Georgia Guidestones.
The Georgia Guidestones. He thinks they've been knocked down.
I thought they got knocked down.
I do not think they've been knocked down.
Or maybe they're sealed off. No, I guess they're still up.
They're still there. We should go out there and get some pictures. Take a shit on them.
Take a big old
dump right on that guidestone, right down the little hole that you could see through the equinox.
Oh yeah, there is that, right?
I think that's some type of alignment. If you're gonna build something that's monumental, if you don't put like some type of alignment in it, you're just a hack.
What part of Georgia is that in?
No clue. Maybe we should just talk about this, get it out of the way before we get back into all the crazy Ukrainian stuff. But one of the most, I guess you could say now, infamous fake hate crimes of all time has been resolved.
Oh, yeah, they got the guy?
The young man that committed the crime.
They got him?
They got him.
Nice. They put him in jail or what?
150 days.
Yes, it's not much for that kind of hate crime, but
Juicy
I feel
Smollett.
so much safer now.
Juicy Smollett. You will not be.
Woo!
You feeling better?
Oh, I feel safe.
You can walk them streets?
Yeah.
Well,
so refreshing.
Getting beat up by your bodyguard?
Yeah. God. You never know what's going to happen out there before.
You getting a sandwich at the middle of the night?
Yeah. It'd be interesting,
3 o'clock in the morning, Somebody comes up, he said, "This is Trump country."
It's Trump country.
throws. Well, it was more or less clothesline around his neck that he didn't. You know, people will go to. I've bought that exact pack so many times of clothesline at Walmart for like camping to like tie down stuff, tie down tarps.
It's tied in on itself.
They were so stupid they couldn't even tie it into a noose. He just like pulled one of the loops out and put it over his head. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's making millions.
The police department was they were funny. Is like, you know, the suspicious part is they came in with the noose still on him and the sandwich in his hand. Not
He
eating.
was holding the sandwich too.
Yeah, like it was some place of the evidence. Like, and I got this sandwich.
You look like John Travolta
No, I
in
was
that
just getting
meme
the
walking
sandwich.
around. I got the noose around my neck and a Subway
No,
sandwich.
I feel much more safe now. I mean,
And then he said he was going to get Epsteined.
yeah, he said, I'm not suicidal.
You all need to know this. I'm not suicidal. You need to know that. If anything happens to me while I'm in there, I am not suicidal.
Oh, he's a close personal friend of the vice president, right? I can't believe it.
Oh, man, I don't have her tweet. But, yeah, right after that incident, along with half of the other numbskulls in the country, they're like, oh, what happened to him? He needs a quick recovery. He's the nicest guy I know.
Yeah. That's fucking.
I think
evil.
a lot of people have the conspiracy theory that it was all rigged together because at that same time, Kamala and Cory Booker were pushing that friggin' no lynching
Which is
thing, federal
strange.
law, because every state already had that
That's
law in
weird.
the books.
The military would be the only ones that didn't.
But to have that law in every state's books,
That's
and
weird.
then they're trying to push that law, and at the same time, it actually happens. It doesn't actually happen. It was
Doesn't
just
happen.
and he actually has worked for her in the
Right.
past,
And the Obamas.
and she was one of the first ones to come out and friggin' defend him.
She was. She happened to have that bill up at the same time.
Conspiracy or not?
I mean, at some point, yeah.
I don't know, man.
I'd like to see some of their communications. Whoever their people are.
They're people.
Yeah, they probably have like a code index or something.
Yeah, they probably have some type of like back channel friggin' way of communicating with each other. That's probably why. I mean, if you really want to think conspiracy, let's talk about like why he would say, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah, what's that about?
I'm not suicidal. I don't want Kamala to kill me.
Exactly. Something's going on. You hired your 2 bodyguards. One of them you got hand jobs from or something. I don't know what they do, but something happened. And they go to bathhouse together. And now you're worried the guy that you hired to fake a hate crime is going to kill you. Who else is involved?
If it was.
Who are these Nigerian models? Are they mafia? I mean,
who knows? But the whole thing is, if you couldn't smell bullshit from day friggin', I mean, I don't know how long.
Yeah.
How long it took me to. It was more or less like the Covington kid, where it's like, after like the first few hours, you're like, oh, I already know the real story, and everyone else, for weeks and months, doesn't get the news, and it's like, no, obviously that dude did it to himself.
Yeah.
It's just friggin' too much. Too many friggin'.
They got him dead to rights.
Well, they got him. They get him.
They got him.
They got him. We got him. What was that from? Is that from the Osama friggin' raid? That whole like.
Yeah.
We got him.
We got him. We never saw the body.
That concerns the shit out of me.
Yeah.
I did. That was the first thing I said to my brother. When they were like, we got Osama bin Laden. I'm like, well, let me see him.
Yeah, like we saw Saddam. Somehow somebody snuck a fucking cell phone in there.
Yes, we got a picture of Saddam.
We got a picture of Saddam hanging.
Did we get one of fucking Gaddafi?
Bullshit. They knew somebody.
We got one of Gaddafi.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
right?
He was being dragged through the streets. And that's another thing. Like,
And that was all bullshit.
Yeah.
Fucking Hillary freaking just went in there and wiped him out because he wanted to go back to like his own gold standard.
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm.
The African, he wanted an African
currency. Yeah.
They got a lot of gold.
Yep. What did you say? I can't believe I don't recall her statement. It was something like, "We came, we saw, he died." Something
that's
like
what
that.
she said. Yep. And then she laughed.
And then she did her little cackle.
I saw her once, and I caught her in a lie. I ever tell you the story?
Did you hit on her?
No. All right. So it was the summer of I think it was summer 2001.
You were hitting on Hillary Clinton?
No.
Why not?
What? No, it was summer 2000. Right.
Okay.
And I was going down to New York State Thruway. I just got off of work. Right.
Okay.
Bartending, and there was nobody on the road. It was like 5 a.m. on a Sunday. And up ahead, I saw a pack of cars. I'm traveling north on the Thruway, right? And I see a pack of cars up ahead, and all of a sudden, 3 of them drop black, and they're all like Crown Vics, 2-door sedans, black.
Shady as fuck looking.
2 of them are identical. One of them looks very similar to
like a classic caravan, like of Men in Black kind of look.
Yeah, and they're all American-made cars. One was like a Cadillac, and the other 2 were Lincolns. But anyway, 2-door sedans, blacked out windows, and they boxed me in. One went in front of me, one went behind, one went to the side of me.
Wow.
And I was kept in this position for like a couple minutes, and then the guy next to me rolled down the window. It was like a fucking movie. Got the thing in his ear, and he goes like this. Waves me off his 2 fingers. What was that?
I don't know. I'm going to have to go look.
And so, I'm coming up on this. The guy in front of me slows down. The guy behind me kind of goes towards my passenger bumper. And the guy next to me speeds up and makes room for me. They kind of pushed me over to the left lane is basically what happened. And then after I passed the car that was in front of me, he took up the position on my right-hand side. These guys could drive, Brandon. Like, it was intimidating, They could really drive.
Could they drive like number 3?
No, they were good drivers.
1, 2, Dale, 4, 5, 6.
And then, I see this little blue car up ahead, and it says that it's got a New York license plate. It's a brand new Fiesta, right? Ford Fiesta blue, and the license plate reads Hilary, right? Not how she normally spells her name, but at the time in 2000, it didn't even dawn on me who it was. Still, even after reading that, because Hillary wasn't a household name at that time. She was just the first lady.
Okay.
She was still the first lady, even though I think that it was his last term or whatever. And so I look over, and there's fucking Hillary Clinton. I'm like, what?
Was she looking at you? Or is she just like sitting looking
She looked
forward?
at me, yeah. And I didn't know what to do. Like, I was just nervous.
You were just in awe of her radiance.
Next thing I know, there's this fucking world figure next to me, and I'm like, what? And I'm going fucking, we're going exactly the speed limit almost. I mean,
Even though you got waved on, she's like, go break the law. Go break the law.
Well, yeah. I mean, and so
trying to get you to go past them.
Then I went past her and I waved, and she waved back, and I wasn't sure if waving was appropriate, so I saluted. I wasn't sure if that was appropriate either. And she waved back and gave me a big smile. But the thing I remember was she had trouble controlling the car and waving and smiling at the same time. And she started to rear off to the right a little bit, and then she got back, control the car. But
she was driving herself?
Yeah. Now, that was pretty much it. I waved, saluted, got nervous, and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there, really. I just wanted to get out.
That's odd, man.
I was nervous. These are not my kind of people. And
especially ones that can't drive and wave at the same time.
And so I was really intimidated, so I got out of there, and there was a...
So how'd you catch her in a lie?
All right. She's running for president, right? 2015. And it comes out that she doesn't have an ID. I mean, I was like, she's Hillary Clinton. I mean, by law, everybody knows who she is, so she's...
I don't recall this story. This was the part of her running. They were like, oh, she doesn't have a driver's license.
She didn't have any ID.
Wow.
And the Queen doesn't have any ID either. She can't get ID, the Queen of England, because who's going to issue it to her?
Okay.
And I was like, all right, well, whatever. She's a public figure, and in our country, if enough people know you, don't really need ID. And so I didn't think too much about it. And for like 15 years, hold on, I'm skipping around, ain't I? Yeah. So then 2015 comes out. She doesn't have ID. It's just a story I told all these years. And then the reporter asked her, "How do you get around? How do you drive without ID?" And she says, "Oh, I haven't driven myself since Little Rock." And I was like, "You son of a bitch."
She lied.
She lied. And I was a witness. And I've written
I'm
this,
a witness.
I've written this on Facebook. And this is why the Clinton body count is fucking freaky, because I caught her in a lie. Breaking
You're on the
law,
list.
and I'm on the list now somewhere.
Barney's on the list, folks. He's on the body count list.
I'm not suicidal. I'm not planning on taking any.
You need to
trip.
know this.
I'm not
You
taking.
need to know this.
I'm not going to
I
involve
am not
myself in
suicidal.
dangerous actions. You need to know.
You all need to know this. If anything happens to me, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah, that was another thing. Like, he didn't sound like somebody. Like, he didn't sound like other people I know from Chicago.
He almost got like Denzel good there for a minute.
Yeah, it was like, what?
He was like,
is
holy shit, I didn't know
on?
you could act that like that. Damn.
Damn.
He was actually just like, cutting a promo for.
I don't know. Maybe. He didn't sound like he was from Chicago in that bit, though. I did catch that.
But yeah, you're on the list. You're not suicidal though.
No, I'm not taking any.
You caught
exotic
Hillary in
trips.
a lie.
I did.
Didn't hit on her.
No. I was too.
We blow her a kiss.
Nothing. Just get the fuck out of there.
You could have blown her a kiss.
Nah.
Oh.
Chris met, well, he didn't meet, but he ran into Putin once. You ever tell you that story?
No.
This is years ago. He said he was crossing the street, wasn't, really paying attention. Next thing you know, he looks up and there's Putin. It's like 6 feet away from him.
Where was this? New York City?
New York City, yeah.
Okay. You see that video recently that resurfaced? Mr. Bush, President Bush, dancing around with Putin. They're like at some party, and they're just like some international thing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just them having good times.
It was different times.
Yeah, they were just having fun. A couple war criminals.
Just a couple. Oh my God, Kamala Harris, right?
Oh, when she was in Poland, the other day.
I don't know. I heard her talking about how it's a war crime that.
Oh yeah.
The Russians.
Oh no, you're talking about
the hospital. Bombing.
You're not talking about Kamala. You're talking about who was it? It was Condoleezza Rice was talking to somebody about war crimes just the other day, and it's like, you are a war criminal. All right, your story's different.
Yeah.
But I saw Condoleezza talking to somebody on Fox News, and they're like, basically, what Putin's doing, invading a sovereign country, it's a war crime, right? And Condoleezza was like, yeah.
No, this is she was talking about the hospital bombing and saying that it was a war crime and saying Putin's a war criminal. I'm thinking 2015 we bombed the hospital in Afghanistan, fucking Kunduz or whatever, Kunduz hospital, I remember that.
Yeah, I mean, we bomb people all the time.
I'm like, so is that
we bomb people all the time, and it's horrible.
I mean,
our tax dollars at work, folks.
Yeah.
It's not good. It
But
ain't good.
I mean, I'm not saying that I want, hospitals to get bombed or anything, but then by that measure, it's like, what leader have we had that hasn't been a war criminal?
You have to go probably back quite a ways.
Eisenhower. It's like, and that's even suspect. I mean, he was involved in the biggest war ever. I'm sure some crimes happened, but
yeah. There's not many leaders that aren't, despicable.
That's true.
Let's see. Does anyone out there, when you're pumping your gas and you're paying more, does it make you feel good?
Sticking it to Putin like that?
Yeah.
Oh
my God. It makes me feel so warm inside.
Dude, yeah. And those people not eating McDonald's or Coca-Cola.
Oh, they're getting their Netflix shut off.
No more Pornhub. They're getting off Facebook.
I just get a good feeling inside.
Yeah, they're gonna.
It's like I'm really doing a good job here, paying extra money for freedom.
Doing good.
It's $1.05, I heard. Freedom costs $1.05.
I've been watching a lot of videos with Russians because they're still out on YouTube for some reason.
Did you hear that the club got banned? The famous football club over in England because the owners are Russian.
Oh yeah, that's bullshit.
They're like, you can't buy tickets.
This is such nonsense.
So, anyways, you were saying?
Yeah, I was watching interviews with Russians, and there's this one channel on YouTube. I think it's called 1420, and it's a younger guy, and he just goes around does interviews with Russians about different things.
He's gonna get the ban hammer.
And he was going around and he was asking Russians what they thought about Putin, and he had to bleep some things out. They're not allowed to call it a war. But it seemed like amongst the younger people, Putin's not that popular.
Well, that goes for almost any leader. Young people just like revolution.
Well, they have anti-authoritarianism.
Yeah. Still, it's in the DNA when you're young.
Yeah. But for a lot of these people in their early 20s, that's the only leader they've ever known.
Right.
And they talk to the old people, and the old people always talk about the 90s. I noticed, like how bad it was in the 90s over there.
With
at the fall of the Soviet Union.
Gorbachev.
Gorbachev was in there, but
and then who?
Yeltsin, right?
Yeltsin.
There's been one other dude besides Putinov. I think it's Mendinov or something.
Oh, there was a small little gap, right?
There was a gap, yeah.
Yeah.
They switched.
It was like Putin, and then the other guy, hot second, Putin again.
Yeah,
they
switched.
We
jobs.
had enough.
They kept switching jobs back and forth. Yeah, and a lot of the older people, they cite the 90s and how bad it was in the 90s. And comparative to that, and one of the things they were talking about is gas per liter, how much it is, yada yada. And I'm first I hear them, it's translated, because the guy that has the channel speaks English as well, and I don't know how many liters in a gallon off the top of my head, so I looked this up, but
I think it's 2.7, something like that.
They're paying $2 a gallon over there in Russia still.
Yeah. Which is still like $4 a gallon, I think. But
no, I mean converted.
Oh, converted.
Converted, it's $2 a gallon because they don't have gallons over there. They don't.
Right. Well, that's because they got all the energy.
Yeah.
Like the energon cubes.
Yeah, they're pretty much.
They are Cybertron.
They have all the. I mean, they have a lot of resources. Russia's fucking huge.
They got lots of resources. They got a lot of the energy. They don't I don't know how their environmental protection is going on over there, but I can't imagine it's any much worse than ours or better than ours. I mean, do you know anything about their? It ain't China. I know that.
No, it's not China.
China, I don't think they give a shit in
China
China.
does not. Yeah.
They're pollute the earth. We want to catch up.
Yeah, they just want to make money over there. Bastards.
So anyways, a lot of the countries that are creating a lot of energy, I would say, don't have a lot of red tape. And whether you agree with the guy or not, that's what I think our last president was doing. He was trying to just cut red tape so people could produce energy.
Sure.
Maybe not so good for the environment, but it was helping people live a more comfortable life.
I mean, nothing we do is good for the environment.
Yeah, that's, I guess, kind of the truth. I mean even back in the day of hunter-gatherer, you're screwing up the environment. When you're gathering stuff, you're planting crops, you're depleting the soil.
Sure. Yeah, you're eating stuff.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess there's a way to live in harmony with nature, and for thousands upon thousands of years, people did.
I don't really believe in that.
You don't believe in harmony?
Harmony of nature?
With nature?
No.
Why?
Because we're not going to be here forever. We're not saying the individual, but humans. We're not going to stay on planet Earth forever. It's going to go in the sun. We got to outlive this thing.
Maybe, maybe not.
It's a tool. It's a resource.
The Earth is a tool, everyone.
It's a resource.
Mother Earth is a tool.
I'm not saying we should be wasteful with it, but
Well, I
eventually-
mean, my point of view is like we came, whatever we got out here, all this stuff, this, that
all
came
came-
up from the Earth. It's going back down in the Earth sometime.
most of it, yeah, some of it came from asteroids
Well, for the most part,
for the most part.
everything come up out of the dirt and the soil, and it was processed, and then what? 500,000 years from now, I'm pretty sure that mic stand's gonna be fucking dirt again.
Yeah, it'd be dirt. Yeah, it all comes back to the Earth. But I'm not saying we should be wasteful for it, but it's a resource for us as a species.
Yeah, and it should be cared for.
Sure.
We don't want to be just like screwing
No.
up our natural clean water and
No,
stuff.
we don't want to screw it up. But eventually, that is the goal, to eat this fucking thing.
To eat it.
We're going to eat this thing and move eventually. I mean,
Mars.
yeah, sure. I mean, that might be viable by the time the sun starts swallowing this up. But, I mean, yeah, to live for a long time, survival of the species, branch out into the stars, that's a goal.
Despite the perpetual championing of electric vehicles, less than 1% of cars, SUVs, and light trucks on the road in the United States are electric. You got that, everyone?
That's
Go
the
buy
1%.
an electric car. You want to save the earth. It costs $55,000 on average, and
Are they made from recycled parts?
it's about $19,000 higher of a regular car. And we might eke out another couple 100,000 years out of this thing.
No, I think we could eke out a while. It's just we got to rearrange things right now.
Well, it seems to me like we have controlled steering of the economy going on right now. I don't care what you want to call it, but you were saying you had these clips of Biden. Sorry, folks, I hardly did any producing this week for the show, but Barney had these clips of Biden saying how he's going to get rid of all petroleum products, and he's doing it. He's finding this is his way of doing it. He can just throw up his arms and be like, "I can't do nothing. It's Vladimir's fault."
Yeah, that's why it was going that way before this happened.
Yeah, since the day he got into
All right,
office.
so he was promising to shut down petroleum production. He was promising to.
He's actually carrying out his campaign promises.
He is.
He is.
I don't know why that they're not celebrating that, but they're not
Yeah, it's almost like they're trying to hide it.
trying to hide it.
So back to Donald being a time traveler. There's a book out there, if anybody doesn't know, called The Adventures of...
There's
Ba-
two.
2 books?
The Last President.
The Last President, and the other one was The Adventures of Baron
Baron.
von Trump, right? I think it was, or was it just Baron Trump?
Baron Trump. The
And he named
Adventures-
his kid that, everyone.
Baron Trump, yeah.
I think it's Baron von Trump.
The Last President is a book about a guy who's a political outsider and he's rich and he has the same address Trump has in New York City and he gets elected and there's a lot of backlash. And there's somebody on the cabinet named Pence. And I think these were
Oh, there's a
Ingersoll.
whole bunch of these Baron Trump novels.
Ingersoll? Something?
Ingersoll, like the tool company
The author.
for the Baron von Trump or
Yeah.
Baron Trump. It's not von. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's Adventures of Baron Trump.
And there's a whole bunch of them.
Ingersoll something.
Ingersoll. The guy's the author. Yeah. American author and lawyer Ingersoll Lockwood.
Ingersoll Lockwood. And he also wrote The Last President, and that's the one that's
Oh, he wrote the other book too.
The
Oh.
Last President, yeah.
Well, anyways, that was just part of a stupid joke I was trying to make about him being a time traveler because he predicted the future, which is $8 gasoline, $7 gasoline.
I saw a meme with I Am Legend, and it's a dystopian movie, it's futuristic, everyone's going to die.
Yeah, and then the price it says the gas.
And the price it says.
I mean,
gas.
in the picture,
It says the gas. Yeah, and you're like, oh wow, $6 an hour, $6 a gallon. That's crazy. And then he's got to price it downtown LA now, and it's higher. It's like, oh shit.
Yeah, LA's like $7 something. They're well over $7 a gallon.
Like $6 10 years ago was dystopian. Now we're at 7.
Well, they like to program us with movies. That's for sure. Like it's like the art imitating life. Well,
Oh yeah.
they like to kind of like lead people around the nose with art.
No, you're
so
right.
They kind of they front load what's going to happen to
Right.
society.
Yeah, it's been done forever. I mean, that's just getting the idea out there and getting people susceptible to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did watch this documentary this week. It was really good. It had what's that guy's not Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Yeah, so Matt Damon was in this documentary about an outbreak, you know, and came from China. It was this virus that came from China from like bats, and he was immune, but his like wife was like, she died, and the kid died, and Lawrence Fishburne was in it. And he was like the CDC guy, and he was like getting caught in all kinds of lies, and he was like helping people out. That he was here like using nepotism to get medicine to people, and it was pretty good documentary.
Now,
Called Contagion.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it was like prophetic. Yeah.
Almost like what's happening now,
Oh yeah.
or the past 2 years.
There was a lot of.
Oh, I
similarities.
heard like if we all pay that extra.
What? I got a lot of toilet paper. I'm not worried.
Well, you know, we all have to pay like, you know, $15 or whatever it is. Like Stephen Colbert said, for the next 2 weeks to flatten the curve.
Flatten the curve.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Because it's not the government. It's oil companies. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's not because of.
There was a story about that where I forget. I should probably look this up too, but about Canadian gas companies. They were putting pie charts on the pumps so people could see where all the money was going, and like half of it goes to the government in taxes.
Taxes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So as you get like Jen Psaki and Biden, everybody pointing at Putin and the oil companies, it's like, just look up what the taxes you're paying for your gas, and you'll be very surprised. Like in California, it's well over half.
That's a lot of taxes.
Yeah, you got the state tax, you got the federal tax, you got taxes for environmental programs,
Right.
you got friggin' taxes for
Get the tax on the tax.
who knows what.
You got the tax.
Let me see if I can find.
Want
that
to pay
story.
taxes? Got to pay taxes on your taxes.
That reminds me of Popeye, the tax man in Popeye. He's like, that's sleeping tax, you know, or that's moving out tax.
Yeah. Robin Williams.
Robin Williams,
Yeah.
Popeye, like 1980 something.
That was a great
83.
movie.
It's a classic. I watch it like once a year.
Do you?
Oh yeah, because the music's great in it.
Mhm.
All we need is food. You know, it's like, and it's like it is like a small.
I'm bad.
I mean. You know what I
mean.
It's got a great story. You watch it, it's really nuanced with like the dialogue all twists and locks together. Like some people are talking and you think they're talking to each other, but they're really not. But the conversation makes sense. And you know, I got Shelley Duvall as olive oil. But
that must have been right after The Shining.
The Tax Man. Yeah, that was right after The Shining. Not.
How about Christy Alley? Hear about her this week?
I heard some stuff. She was going to expose people in Hollywood, and then she come out and says no.
Oh, she said no, huh?
That's what I heard. Yeah. She changed her mind.
Oh, come on. She got death threatened.
Hillary gave her a call. Hillary was like, hey, Christy, I heard you threatening my friends. I heard you threatening my friends.
Oh, Hillary.
Going to Jeffers.
Hey, Hillary, I'm going down Jeffers this weekend.
I'm going to Jeffers Hill. Canadian Oil Company puts pie charts on pumps. Let's see if anything comes up. I'm using Google, so there ain't shit coming up. What am I kidding?
DuckDuckGo just started filtering their results. Too.
Yeah, DuckDuckGo fell.
DuckDuckGo, fuck
That's
yourself.
over for that search engine.
Run.
It was a good run, Duck.
We had a good run.
You had a good run, DuckDuckGo.
It was a good.
I don't know. I mean, I guess Brave browser is the last thing you can use. Maybe that doesn't have algorithms that fucking screw you.
How about Japan there? Annexing some territory from Russia.
What's that?
Japan restated their claims on the some of the Aleutian Islands, I believe. Right?
Again?
Is it the Aleutian Islands?
I don't know. I know they built a bunch of islands.
No, that was China, right? Japan built islands?
Oh, wait, no. Sorry. I'm not listening because I'm looking up stuff. Yeah. I was talking about China building islands.
Nah, the Japanese have a chain of islands that go towards like Kamachka or whatever the hell it's called. And the Russians have claimed some of them, and the Japanese have always said they were theirs, and now the Japanese reclaimed them but sent people there or whatever. There's absolutely nothing there. It's just legal.
Why do they claim them? Is it just like a pride thing? They want.
I mean, you need land and not making any more of it.
Yeah,
Can't sink land.
Here's a question I like. I mean, I can't find this article I'm looking for, but this is a question you're making me think of while you're talking about this stuff. Let's say we have one world government, kumbaya. All right?
All right.
What country's laws do we live under?
Whoa. Kumbaya?
One world government. We can't be living under China's laws. That would suck. Can't be living under, Saudi Arabia's laws. They ain't going to want to live under American law.
Well, preferably my laws. But...
Yeah, preferably.
Moon laws.
The laws of the moon?
Admiralty laws. Sea laws. Laws of the sea.
Sea laws.
I mean, they're international.
Yeah, we might have to look into that.
Admiralty laws?
Well, I wonder, what happens with nationality out there, and is it Hague, or based on Geneva? What is the, conduct for human rights and stuff like that?
On a worldwide scale?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Because like I'm saying, some of these countries ain't gonna want none of that.
No, it's true. How do you get
China to go along with human rights?
How do you get Iran and the Vatican to agree?
Yeah,
they're both theocracies,
and they ain't the same God.
Well, it's the same God, just two different religions.
It is the same God.
Yeah, it's the God of Abraham.
Oh, both are. Really?
Yeah, God of Abraham.
God of Abraham,
You
but
see,
the religion for the
it's different religions. Yeah, same God, same
Catholicism,
deity.
And
Allah is God in Catholicism. Just a different name.
You're right. I forgot it. So it came from the same. It was just split off during the book of.
The Christians.
Well,
See, it starts like this. There's a guy named Abraham, and he had a son named Isaac, right?
Okay.
And God said to Abraham, kill that motherfucker. Right?
Okay.
In my name. Right? And then Abraham, he was like, I'm going to sacrifice my son to God. Right? And he went to go kill him, and then some angels, God reconsidered and stopped them. All right? And that was the beginning. At least Abraham is often cited as the founder of Judaism, or as the great-grandfather of Judaism, whatever you want to call it. And then there's this guy named Jesus Christ, right? And this is a total inversion of Judaism, right? So Jesus Christ comes, and he's the Son of God, and he's sacrificed by man. Well, he's sacrificed by God for man. So you'll have that's opposite. Instead of man sacrificing his son for God, God sacrifices his son for man, Jesus Christ. It's inverted there.
Inversions.
Right. And then the Muslims come along, and I don't know a whole lot about Islam, I'm not going to lie. But
yeah, how's the Quran get shot off of that?
Because they don't recognize Jesus
as the true savior. It was Muhammad that was savior. I mean, because they don't think Muhammad's the son of God.
No, he's an enlightened one.
Right.
So they didn't really buy into the whole Jesus thing. They do recognize him as like a prophet, but
Right. But he wasn't the guy.
no, I wasn't the guy.
So it's the same religion, but they just
no. Same God.
Same God, different religions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like there's a bunch of different types of Christianity.
And soft drinks.
Yeah, soft drinks made by the same 5 companies.
Just one water source.
One water source, right. Yeah, so they all have the same God, but they worship him differently.
So, what's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story?
Yeah.
I guess we're going to give Iran nuclear power for some reason. I don't know why.
That's the moral of the story, yeah?
We're talking about that again. I have no idea.
Yeah, why is that? Why all of a sudden now are we want to give Iran a nuclear deal again?
I don't know. And the weird part about it is Iran has a military alliance with Pakistan, which is a nuclear power, China, which is a nuclear power, Russia, which is a nuclear power.
So they got plenty of protection already.
They got people they trade with that they could possibly potentially be getting that from. I don't know why
they got to get it from us.
From us, yeah, I don't get that part.
That's weird.
I mean, they have a land border. United States and its allies mostly control the seas and the sea lanes, but these countries have land borders, so I don't understand what the hell's going on there.
Well, what got us on to talking about religion again? It was something about oh yeah, who's gonna make the laws for Earth under the Kumbaya government?
They'll start getting real esoteric about this.
Well, that's the question I like to pose to somebody that's like, I don't like nations and this and that, and I don't like it. I don't, how are we going to evolve as humanity? I'm like, okay, that's a good question. Think about it for a second.
Well, I mean,
they just think like everybody's going to be American or something.
Something, I don't know. Here's the way this works. Let's just say you're my people, all right?
Okay.
And for whatever reason, you've decided I am the government. All right? Now I want to stay in power.
Mm-hmm.
And you're my citizenship.
Okay.
Am I going to take care of you? I have one citizen. Am I going to take care of them? How's my treatment going to be towards you think? I need you to favor me in order to stay in power. So am I going to act favorably towards you? I need you to stay in power.
Are you setting up some kind of thought experiment here?
This is just basic math. Basic math.
Okay, so you're the leader?
I'm the leader. I'm the whole government.
You're the whole government.
Me and you are a nation. I'm the government. You're the citizenship.
Okay.
How am I going to treat you?
You're supposed to treat me fair, but in our government, I'm the government.
But you're missing the thought example.
So it is a thought experiment.
It's just simple math. It's just the way governance works. If I have one citizen, I have to take care of that citizen. Otherwise, that citizen's going to out me. It's not going to like me.
Right.
If I have two, probably still going to take care of them. Just keep adding more and more citizens to that. That's less people I have time to take care of. That's the broader my care has to be in order to encompass them.
Yeah.
I can't. It's just like being taught in school. I can't focus on one.
Okay. So why then, though, is, for the most part, a representative, is supposed to be a representation of the people.
Supposedly, yeah.
Right. So, we have a constitution that says we the people. So the people are supposed to be the government, not there is no the government.
Well, the government's chosen from the people. That's what
that
refers to. Because we don't have a noble system over here.
Exactly.
We don't have
my
a
point
system.
again. Back to what are going to be the rules for the Kumbaya world government.
So let me finish this. So the less citizens I have, the more I can specialize in taking care of those citizens. However, the less citizens I have, the less power I have. Because now I have less manpower. to manipulate as the government. So the more people you have, the more power the government has, but the less that it can care for the needs of its citizens because it's got to make them more generalized.
Okay.
Because now you have more people and they have different needs. Not everyone's going to have the same exact need.
So you're saying if there is one world government,
the government's going to treat you like
the
shit.
friggin' laws are going to be so whack that they're not even going to really care what the laws are.
What I'm saying is that the more people the government gets,
the more they're going to treat you like shit.
the more they're going to treat you like shit. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the first rule is that the citizens have the power, right? The people have the power. That's just Westphalian sovereign philosophy. The people have the power. They could take that leader out. They could put a leader up that doesn't belong there or who is bad, like. But as long as they support that leader and they claim, yeah, that's the person that speaks for us, and that's the person that speaks for them.
Kumbaya.
I think what their plan is, I've read this for 30 years, different plans on like what they're gonna do with New World Order, and
they got to rebrand it here real soon though. They're gonna have to make it. I mean, the Great Reset's kind of a rebranding, but
right, they got to
really.
rebrand it, but it's gonna be based off the Earth and Earth worship.
Some pagan shit.
Yeah, so, I mean, they may not. The elites may not be pagans, but yeah, more away from Islam or Judaism or Catholicism, Christianity, Taoism, what are they called?
Astromex.
Rastafarians, you name a religion.
Name a religion?
Yeah, what they're going to propose is going to have aspects of every religion in it, but
dude, it ain't going to work.
No, it can't work because of free will.
I mean, to make it work, they got to be looking like half a century out to be like, they already have done that. Like we've discussed, there's been writings that go back fucking 200, 500 years that this is all part of the plan. But you got to have a whole world full of people that don't have any connection to like a nationality. We're talking generations of trying to get this.
Trying to get that out of there.
Yeah, like a lot of generations. I mean, there's people that still, are like Native Americans, for example, are trying to grab their culture back from the brink, and it's been hundreds of years, 300 years, 400, 500.
Right. And they're still carrying on. Yeah, you're right. Still carrying it forward.
I don't see how it works.
Well, I mean, we have aspects of those cultures, but they're mostly lost.
So I want to be in Star Trek.
I can't be in Star Trek.
I want to be Star Trek. And I love Star Trek, or the old Star Trek. I haven't watched much of the new stuff because it's gone to shit. But like the old original series, Next Generation, I'll watch like episodes of that every now and then. And I watch it, I'm like, yeah, I really agreed with this stuff. And there's definitely a lot of like social justice warrior like seeds in it.
Yeah.
But it wasn't crazy. It wasn't like the craziness like beyond where it's like where I've been driven away from people on the left because they've taken it to this step where it's like, well, if you don't think exactly like me, well then you're evil.
And they surpassed a lot of their former goals and not achieved them and just moved on. I'm still like,
yeah, you have accomplished your goals, and now you went to this point where you're like, well, now I want to. Well, no, I mean, think about how many gay Republicans there are now.
That there's more, right?
A shit ton.
More than there was.
Ever. And it's like, I don't think most Republicans anymore care about the gay issues.
Well,
and they don't care about, marriage. It's like.
No, why the fuck would they?
The goalposts have been moved. Society in general has been like, yeah, okay, I understand. There's human life just want to live and and let live.
Live and let live.
And I feel like the left went beyond that live and let live, and it's like live like me or die.
Right. I mean, I see it every fucking day, every day, and a lot of it is just so much of this desire to be accepted, to be popular, to fit in.
Yeah, and that's part of the this dream. There's going to be this kumbaya government.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
No, they got them dreams.
I mean, how do you make that happen? I can't. That's removing all chance of ingenuity, of a better system. Even like it's another thing is like the only system that could really. How do you satisfy everybody unless you just full on communism? But that doesn't account for ingenuity. Like there's always a standard in communism. There's a health standard, and if you find a better way, then you got to bring it through all these bureaus, and so everything has a set standard. Just like we have set standards, but you can also apply for patents here and stuff. Not to say that they don't have that. It's just you don't own it there.
Yeah, there's a lot of issues with all the rules. And for the most part, what I'm saying too is people have grown up in their country of rules, their origin country, and if they don't like it, they move. It's not like people in Russia can't move.
Yeah, they can move.
They're fine. If they wanted to move, they could move. And people in America, if you want to move, you can move. If you're Canadian, you can move.
Yeah, you can move.
There's
places you can go in Canada and nobody's ever going to find you.
Thanks for that.
Just,
how's Justin Trudeau doing?
I don't really know. I know
he friggin' went into hiding real quick.
He had a meeting,
Let's see how he's doing.
I saw that he had a meeting with, I think it was Poland or something.
There he is. There's your friend.
There he is. Jesus Christ.
How's it going? How's it going? He looks like he's having fun.
He looks a little evil. Just that look in his eye.
He's got that look in his eye that he's having a lot of fun. Yeah, so he disappeared from the news real quick, and so did COVID.
Yeah, it's over. So it was war.
People didn't want to believe me. I was telling people, it's over. It's over. And people were like, no. And I'm like, no. Look, you see the MSNBC and the CNN, they're basically not talking about it no more. That means that they've decided it's over.
It means bad for ratings. It's over.
Mm-hmm. The polls came in. Mm-hmm. They said, we're going to get fucking shit canned next year in November. We better stop talking about this.
Yeah. Last year was rough. The COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
I think it was more rough on society in general than it was.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, on like the mentality of people than it was within deaths.
Oh, absolutely.
There was a lot of deaths, but
I guarantee you more people were separated by opinion than they were by deaths.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. People were ideologically separated.
Ideologically.
You lost more people to, your belief system than you did to death.
Now it's over.
And now it just disappeared, vaporized because you were too fucking stupid to
because we lost.
Do your own research. Don't do your own research. That's bad. Don't think for yourself.
You're hearing from us.
Don't think for yourself. That's bad. I never thought I would have seen that headline in New York Times. We have to rethink what critical thinking means. I mean, that might not have been the exact, but verbatim, but it was fucking about that.
Right.
Because, critical thinking's bad. Why would you want to think?
I mean, you can't play chess about critical thinking.
They're going to ban that game soon.
It's going to be banned.
YouTube better ban the chess channel. You ever watch any of the YouTube channels on chess?
No, I never have.
There's a lot of nice, good ones. A lot of good, endless ones, actually. So, yeah, YouTube banned Dan Bongino, which I like listening to Dan. He was pretty funny. And, he was a Secret Service agent. Yeah, or
was he?
Yeah, for Bill, I think.
Oh, he's a pretty fit guy. I could see that.
Yeah, I think. Let me see who he was an agent for. But he had stories. Yeah, he's like, I got stuff I can't tell anybody.
Heard there was some Jeopardy controversy.
What?
The new host there,
Jeopardy?
Blossom, whatever her name is.
haven't seen Jeopardy in forever.
That's the only TV I watch.
I lost on Jeopardy,
Baby.
baby.
Ooh.
So what's what happened?
She was referring to regular Jeopardy as single Jeopardy. And people lost their minds over it.
Because they said single?
Yeah, it's a term that Alex Trebek used a couple times, and she must have picked up on it in those few times. And she was using it regularly, and she said she'll never say it again.
What is the context of using the term?
So normal Jeopardy, right? I believe there's like
You're just asking instead of double Jeopardy.
Right.
This is single Jeopardy.
Yeah.
It does sound kind of stupid.
I guess so.
Doesn't I mean, was she saying it like a lot?
I believe so. Yeah. I didn't.
I don't know. People got first world problems.
I mean, I caught it, but it didn't really, that was it. I caught it. That's unusual. Moved on in my life.
That's a first world problem kind of issue.
God, yeah. There's so many out there.
Secret Service from 99 to 2011. Mr. Bongino.
99 to 2011. So that was Bush. That was 3 of them.
Wow.
That was Busher,
Old Busher.
Clinton, and Obama. Mostly Bush.
Mm-hmm. So, anyways, he got whacked. Lifetime ban. So
What's George Bush doing now? Just smoking joints and painting?
does he smoke joints now?
It looks like it, right? I don't know what the fuck happened to him. All of a sudden he changed. He had a PR remake.
They probably just like Hassad him like they did friggin' Reagan, and now he don't know shit.
He just sits there and paints. When did he become an artist? When did this happen?
Same time fucking Hunter crackhead Biden did.
No, but he can actually paint a little bit.
I've seen some of his stuff. It's much better than Hunter's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's people, actually.
When is Chelsea gonna fucking
I
become
don't
an
fucking
artist? Jesus Christ, right?
God.
Who else could become one? The Obama girls. They had what was his daughter's names?
I don't remember.
But the one got in trouble. Remember?
For what?
Smoking pot.
Oh, tragic. That could be a PR stunt for all we know.
Oh yeah, you think?
Yeah, make her seem more relatable. I don't know. Malika?
That's I think one of them. Yeah.
Malika Obama?
Malia.
Malia? I knew it was a mouse something.
Yep. And Sasha.
At least we don't hear from them,
Yeah,
Unless
I
they're not-
mean, we may hear from them again, but yeah, they're not in the news all the time.
What is it with the fucking Clintons that everybody in their family has to have a political opinion that I need to hear? I don't know what that is.
Wow, I saw Chelsea. She was on like The View or something the other day, and whoa, she hit every stick falling out that tree.
Oh, yeah.
Every branch.
Every
Bam!
branch.
Bam! Bam!
She hit
Wow!
hard.
Bam! Tumbling down the tree.
Yeah, but what is it with the fucking Clintons? Like, we don't hear from. How often do we hear from Ronnie Reagan Jr.?
Well, he was a Fox News guy for a while, I
Was he?
think, and then he lost his gourd. He got TDS.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
What about any of the Mondales? No, we don't hear from them.
Well, he wasn't, the Mondales. He
was
dummy.
vice president. I mean, we don't hear from the Carters or,
Gore. Did Gore got any kids?
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Man, Bear, Pig.
He was running for president. He probably has kids, yeah.
Man, Bear, Pig's real.
Man, Pig, there is. They can't hurt you.
I invented the internet. Oh, old Gore. What do you think would have happened if he beat Bush? We probably would have had this accelerated by a few years. This whole
He had to stick up his ass about Cuba for some reason.
yeah.
I don't know what the hell that was about.
Well, do you think Iraq would have happened? Probably not.
If Gore was in there,
Yeah.
that's a 9/11 thing. It already had happened by that point. We just didn't do Coalition of Willing. That was the one where we went and said, "Fuck you, and we're going." And then immediately after,
You mean when we invaded a sovereign nation?
yeah, we invaded a sovereign.
Who else does that? What kind of asshole would do that?
Like a war criminal or
Some
something.
kind of war criminal.
Happens all the time. I mean, all the major nuclear powers do it.
Wow.
Now this is interesting.
Wow.
India just switched, huh? India's supporting Russia in this war.
India.
India, yeah, they just
The
switched.
Holocene.
I don't understand why they switched, but they did. I've been watching a lot of Indian news, and it makes our news look like information. It's just so over the top.
Oh, it's pretty like dramatic.
Way
and
over.
infotainment.
Oh my god, that's like watching WWF, but you're getting news.
Wow.
I mean, the music, everything about it, the camera angles. You got cameras doing pan shots or swing.
During the news.
Yeah, it's too much. Yes, it's like, what is going on?
Newscaster doing the Matrix, like
Sound
bending over.
effects, the whole nine, Brandon.
They got bullet time.
Yeah, I've actually managed to find some ones that are a little bit more mellow, but still, like, holy crackers.
Yeah, I haven't watched any Indian news, but I will now.
You can find it in English. They speak English there.
Sounds amazing.
It's too much.
Maybe that's how we should set up 1 week.
Sweeping cameras.
Maybe we should do a week of Indian news.
Spinning a camera spinning around us.
And this week,
it's too much.
get some wire work going on. What else we got here today? Well, let's get back into this. Since we're talking about getting banned, the ban hammer, poor Dan Bongino. Oh, and the Hill got banned for a week.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, they got banned for showing video of CPAC, and YouTube didn't like what CPAC was saying.
So they banned the Hill?
They banned the Hill.
That's ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
What's next? C-SPAN can be banned?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
It's the most bland news you can
C-SPAN,
find.
I think, already was banned for showing stuff. But it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't YouTube. It was something else.
All they do is just show.
You can't show the news anymore if it's got misinformation in it.
But all C-SPAN does is.
What do you think? You
show
got the
Congress.
First Amendment or something?
Yeah, I do.
You think you got the First Amendment to protect you? Huh?
Yeah, I think I do.
Didn't you know hate speech is a crime?
I mean, hate speech is a crime.
You,
I can always put "if" in front of
I
it.
hate spaghetti. You can't say that.
Hate damn spaghetti.
I hate spaghetti.
I do. You know what I
Hate
like?
speech is a crime.
As those little swirly ones, the spiral.
Spiral spaghetti?
Yeah,
Like Chef Boyardee?
I don't know, but it's got a lot of you can catch a lot of sauce, like spaghetti sauce, just like
Yeah, you
slides
like
of-
it with the more surface area.
more surface area, little pockets in it,
Mhm.
to fit things in.
Yeah.
Spiral ziti, I think it might be. I don't know.
Yeah. Surface area equals mass deliciousness.
Yeah, mass delicious. You're right.
Alrighty. So on to the next ban hammer thing. Russia got rid of Facebook and Twitter. I mean, we mentioned this earlier. We didn't get back into it, right?
Right. No, we didn't.
So Facebook and Twitter, okay,
Oh, we did do this. Yeah.
their violence. Well, we just talked about for a hot second.
Right.
They turned their terms of services, basically, or they're suspending them, so you can promote violence against Russians and Vladimir Putin. So what we have here is called tit for tat.
How long before somebody crosses the Beijing Strait? Does a little raiding party on one of those villages that have like 100 people in it.
The Beijing Strait?
No, the Bering Strait. I'm sorry.
The Bering Strait.
Sorry, I said Beijing Strait. The Bering Strait.
I'm like,
yeah.
what the hell is he talking about?
It's not that far. The Bering Strait. There's a couple little towns up there.
Yeah, I like going to the Beijing Strait myself.
Beijing Strait. Love the Beijing Strait. You gotta order the General Chow's there. It's,
The General's Chows.
I want General Chow now.
That's
sinuses could use it.
That's good stuff, especially down from Szechuan.
Yeah. I heard the other place closed there. What it's called?
Yeah. With the prices going up, everything's going to be closed soon. You better start growing a garden.
Right. Victory Garden. St. Patty's week this week, huh?
Yeah. What do you usually have corned beef and cabbage?
No.
I love that stuff, but I think I've eaten it like 2 or 3 times in my whole life because it's like I don't have any. I mean, I got some Irish in me, but I don't have family that's like, we're doing our corned beef and cabbage. Come on over.
So when my grandfather came over here, and during the war, somewhere in the 40s, he got invited. One of his coworkers invited him over to. It's before he went into the service.
Okay.
Invited him over for St. Patrick's Day and said, why don't you come over for St. Patrick's Day? We'll celebrate together. My grandfather said, sure. So my grandfather got up at 6 in the morning and he got dressed in his suit and he went over to his employee's house, his friend's house, and said, all right, I'm ready. And they were like, what are you doing here? It's 7 in the morning. And he's like, I thought we were going to church. And he's like, huh? He's like, that's how we celebrate Patrick's Day. We go to church. And he was like, oh, no, we're not going to church. We're having dinner tonight. We're inviting you to dinner. And my grandfather said, okay. And then he said, we're having authentic, Irish food. He's like, oh, really? And he said, yeah, we're going to have corned beef and cabbage. My grandfather said, what's that? He never had corned beef and cabbage. And he's from Feathered in Tipperary. Feathered Ireland.
So you're telling me it's all just a big hoax?
It's an American thing, yeah. Speaking of Ireland, though.
I've been lied to again my whole life.
Ireland's made some money, huh? Doing a little trade in between us and Russia now. They've got some new trade lines with Russia.
They got to come up.
Yeah, like the Nova, I guess. A lot of Nova going through Boeing. So basically what happened is, that Russia got sanctioned. Well, there's 2 problems with that. Neutral countries like Ireland. And the second one is we don't fucking make anything. And the person that does make something, or the country that does, happens to be in bed with Russia and shares a border with them. So that's problematic. That's why I was looking at that border situation earlier. Everything's made in China.
Everything's made in China. Did you ever see that movie, Big Trouble in Little China?
I love that movie.
China is here, Mr. Burton.
It's here.
I say that to everybody that goes into Walmart. You want to go to Walmart? China is here.
What's that mean? I don't even know what that means.
I don't even know what the hell that means. China is here.
What the hell's Gracie Law doing here?
Oh, I love that movie. I love it.
They'll never make another one.
I hope not, because they'll just screw it up. I mean, I heard a few years back, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson wanted to take over the role, and I was just like, nah. The only person I could see pulling that role off in any type of kind of way is that Chris Pratt dude from Star-Lord or something.
Not sure who that is. Did you know he was a Disney kid?
Chris Pratt?
No.
Oh yeah.
Kurt Russell,
yeah.
And Disney's last words were Kurt Russell.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, weird.
Disney's last words.
Walt Disney's last words were Kurt Russell. Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
I think he wrote it down, but yeah.
He wanted to talk to the kid.
I don't know. Maybe he was blaming him for his death. I don't know. Kurt Russell did it.
Kurt did it.
I mean, he's the only one that out of the Disney kids
I
came out normal.
I gotta look at this shit. Disney's last words.
What was it? Britney Spears was in the news this week about something I saw too.
Oh shit. Yeah, I heard she put some cryptic tweet out saying how, she was
abused.
Abused, yeah. She was getting 8 gallons of blood a week transfused to her.
Transfused for her, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. 8 gallons of blood?
A week. Transfusions.
I don't even drink that much water a week.
I mean, I don't know. She could just be on crack and.
Oh yeah, she's crazy as a bat. But that doesn't mean that she's lying. Yeah.
That doesn't mean she's lying. You're right. Kurt Russell were found scribbled on a note on the filmmaker's desk when he died at age 65.
Yeah, blamed him. Kurt Russell.
Oh, wow.
Kurt killed me.
Wow. So, yeah, Disney kids are all fucked up.
Oh, yeah.
Disney kids get fucked up. So let that be a
Most
lesson
of
to
them
you.
do.
If you have a child, want them in showbiz.
Was Justin Timberlake a Disney kid? I think?
Yes, he was.
He seemed to make it out okay, I guess. I haven't heard anything crazy about him.
Yeah, what was I talking about? Besides, before we got into Kurt and Disney dying.
Who are you?
Who?
Who?
What?
I don't remember.
Where are we?
You were talking about inflation and how it only targets gas.
No, we were talking about China is here. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Big Trouble in Little China.
Chris Pratt, the kid from the Star-Lord, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I mean, I kind of.
What about the Jurassic Park newer ones?
I didn't see any of those. I do know that he's mentioned on a commercial.
I know a lot of people hate his guts because he believes in God, so you can't do that anymore because you're a bad person if you believe in God.
So if I think that somebody's watching me to make sure I don't do bad stuff, that's bad. Even when nobody.
Well,
else is around.
I don't know what the fuck angle all these people are
So-
coming from online. They're just repeating fucking something they heard somewhere else. That's all.
Right.
You know.
I know that Chris Pratt from a commercial was on Sunny with Philadelphia, I think,
That's a great show.
where he played the chubby Andy, I think,
Okay.
and then he slimmed down really fast.
That's the kid.
Yeah, that's all I know from a YouTube.
You haven't seen him acting at all or nothing yet.
I may
He's
have.
kind of funny. I guess he was in Parks and Rec. That was a show that was on.
I heard Parks and Rec. That's what it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. All right.
But anyways, I don't know. That's the only guy I kind of thought of, like, who the fuck could play Jack, Burton?
Jack Burton.
And I was like, maybe he could pull it off, but
Nah.
just don't even remake the movie. Just leave it the way it is. I'll watch
Yeah. Raiden was good enough.
that. Raiden. Thunder.
Yeah, that's the exact same character, basically, right? That was a great thing about Mortal Kombat. You got the sand people in there with
So when are we going to start, like, Twitch streaming and video gaming? I mean, you see, folks, we were the best video gamers. We were the best. And then we gave it up because, we're like, we got to grow up, become adults.
I gave it up because early on when YouTube started, I started finding videos of myself on there playing video games.
Yeah, but still, I mean, I guess we have talked about this on previous
Fucking 9-year-olds
episodes.
stuck on me. Oh, fuck you.
I got these 9-year-old kids recording me,
Yeah.
putting me on the YouTube.
Put me on the YouTubes, yeah.
Because I'm so badass.
I was like, nah.
We blew it, man. We blew it. We could be like chilling in a nice warm place now instead of a cold studio.
I mean, it's nice here.
Hey,
I'm happy to be here. What was that movie
which one?
about the video game?
Ready Player One?
No, not that one. That was about the metaverse.
There's been so many video game movies.
This is an old. It might have even been a documentary.
Let's see. What's my favorite video game movie? Hard saying, not knowing.
I'm gonna go with War Games.
I was gonna say something along those lines, but is that is Tron a video game movie?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
Well, then I'm gonna have to go with Tron.
Want to play a game? How about thermonuclear war?
Everybody's been using that line the past week.
Yeah, it's come back.
Thermonuclear war, huh? Look at our levels. We might need to actually get a little bit more heat going on these things. You get a little closer to the mic.
Get a little closer.
Or I got to turn up the levels. I got
Yeah.
I got Kaylin telling us, we were a little quiet last week. I got my friend Hoagie telling us we were a little quiet.
All right.
I did jack the levels up a little bit this week. If anybody
Jack 'em up.
jack them levels up,
Yeah.
boy.
400 pounds of pudding.
So yeah, we ain't got to do shit, but it would be nice to do some streaming of like just sit here and do some video games, or maybe we should just do some music. I don't know.
Whatever you want, man.
Yeah, right.
I
Don't lie to me.
I haven't played video games in over a decade.
Yeah, I mean, I've sporadically done a little here and a little there with the nephews, but like I said, we used to be bad ass.
That was good. Yeah.
But then we were like, we gotta grow up, and then we find out there's like all these other people that are still playing video games.
Fuckers.
The rest of the world grew up and they're like, yo, we're gonna keep playing, and they're still playing.
They're still at it. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Maybe, I don't know.
I see these free video games now, get advertised.
I mean, when you got one of those smartphones, everybody's addicted to a free video game. They're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm bored. Maybe I'll try this.
I see these free video games that had better graphics than when I was a kid that I was paying $50 for.
Did you get into to any of the phone games that were out over the last few years?
Nah.
I mean, I got into a couple when I first had a smartphone. I have a flip phone because I wanted to
avoid the government.
Just avoid being attached to my phone. So I don't have that option anymore. But when I first had a smartphone, I did do the Candy Crush a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I crushed some candy. Did a little bit of there was a couple other ones like Gold. I don't know what the fuck they are called.
Farmville.
Right. Never did any Farmville. What about Mafia Wars back in the Facebook days? Did you ever do that?
No, you know what I did do was Ebony for a little while.
Don't know what that is.
Ebony was like you have a little plot of land, you got to go attack your neighbors, you join clans.
Okay.
It was like I forget what they're called.
They're out there. Clash of the Clans.
Clash of the Clans. Unite the clans.
Unite the clans. Come on. Great movie.
Oh, that's classic. It's in the top 20.
Unite the clans.
Unite the clans.
Mel looking all crazy-eyed Mel Gibson.
No, they called him Braveheart in that movie, but the other guy was Braveheart in real life.
The young kid, King?
Yeah, the King guy.
Prince, yeah.
Hmm. And he wanted to go fight the Saracens. And he died before he had his chance, so they took his heart. And when they got to Spain during the Re-Inquisition of Spain, his men threw their heart at the Moors.
They threw his fucking heart at the Moors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. I mean, is that
Robert the Bruce?
Seems a little disrespectful.
That's what he wanted. They
okay. If that's what you want, then it's not disrespectful.
They think differently back then. Yeah.
It's radical.
Guess that was seen as a good thing.
Yeah. So, how's the band?
It's over.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I saw you talking to Panky, and Panky was like wanting to contact me. Maybe
just wanted to come on.
Should we have him on the show?
Sure, but he lives in Rhode Island now.
What the fuck?
He was just here for a week. I don't know.
Panky, what the fuck?
There was like a storm hit and then left. I still write stuff though. I know I did a remake of I'm not sure who wrote it originally. I think it might have been Liam Clancy or it could have been the Dubliners, but I did a remake of what's it called? Patriot Game.
That's not your song?
Well, I had to rewrite a bunch because it was not about America.
Oh, okay. It was a retooling.
Yeah, I guess you could call that.
Earth is a tool, folks. It's a tool.
Earth is a tool.
Mother Earth is a tool.
It's a tool.
Batman. I went and saw Batman.
What did you think?
I think there's massive pacing problems in the end of the movie. Overall, though, it was. I mean, it's a murder. Like, you're gonna keep hearing this if you see any reviews. They're gonna be like, it was like film noir, And it was great as far as that goes. Pattinson was a pretty goddamn good Batman. Okay, Bruce Wayne. But it's a long movie. It's 3 hours.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's a long time.
and some people are like, "Yeah, give me more. I'll take all of it." You know,
Right,
for me,
sure.
it's like I'm usually like that. But
Hour and a half. I'm out.
there's, I just go to bed, dude.
Go to bed, work back.
I went to sleep. Holy shit! I was in Clawson, Michigan, working with the guys doing skate parks, and I went to see Wrath of Khan because there was like a, there was just a movie theater that does showings.
Right, sure.
I went to fucking Wrath of Khan. I was like, this is gonna be awesome, but I'd been day drinking all day long. I fucking got in there. The credits, for the movie, the beginning credits for Khan come on.
Right. The
I
spaceship
fucking
bus, the
passed right
spaceship.
the fuck out and woke up at the end of the movie when everybody's clapping.
Welcome to
And
fantasy
I
spaceship.
was, what are you saying?
Welcome to fantasy spaceship.
I was
I am
hammered.
Hammered.
So hammered. I cannot. I almost would guarantee I snored through the whole movie, probably just with my head back, right there the whole. And if that happened, I hope someone got it on video.
We'll look for it. I watched It's a Wonderful World. Have you ever heard of this movie?
You're telling me the sequel is about getting to Saugerties,
It's
New
all
York.
Jimmy Stewart trying to get to James Stewart trying to get to Saugerties.
Saugerties?
I could have been in Saugerties by now.
I could have been in Saugerties by now.
Yeah, at the home they're trying to get to here. There's like a fake
Well.
theater or something. I don't know.
All right, I gotta watch this. I gotta make a fucking note.
1939 blew my mind.
I'm just
Whole
pulling.
movie. It's a Wonderful World.
It's a Wonderful World.
Not to be confused with It's a Wonderful Life, which is the more popular of the two. Both have Jimmy Stewart or James Stewart, whatever you want to call him.
Does it have the song in it? It's a wonderful world.
No, it doesn't. I think it predates that.
It does. Okay. 1939. James Stewart. Jimmy Stewart.
Let me see if I can pull it up.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. It's a comedy mystery. It's a Wonderful World. I don't see anything about Socrates. Socrates.
Wonderful world.
I see skies of blue. Hold
on, I'll find it here.
What's that?
I'm finding it.
You got it. It's a Disney. No, it's not a Disney movie.
I don't Disney.
What the hell is going on here?
It's in black and white. It's Metro Goldwyn Mayer.
MGM.
MGM.
86 minutes. So you can make it through that.
I'm just gonna breeze right through that really fast.
In other news, while he reads the synopsis for It's a Wonderful World, look out for genetically modified mosquitoes in your part of the swamp. 2 billion modified mosquitoes in Florida and California released sometime this year. Let's see. So they want to try. It's a British bio company.
Those bastards.
Funded by Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation.
What is up with them?
They're just, they're just trying to help the world. And every time you look at that guy, you just can tell by his smile, he really cares.
We don't care.
He
doesn't even look healthy.
Did you see Rogan making fun of him? He's like,
No.
how can you be offering health advice when you look like that? He's like,
That's a good point.
He's like, you got like these breasts hanging out and a big old gut, and you got little toothpick arms, and you're telling people how to be healthy? Get the fuck out of here. Yeah, that guy. I mean, it's not like Bezos. Bezos took a bunch of roids and buffed up.
He got buff.
He used to be a pencil neck geek, but now he's all like walking around like
And puffed up.
I'm all fucking Jack D.
Probably took some steroids.
Roid rage.
Probably ordered
I like to
them
sell
in.
books on the internet
Not anymore.
and roids. So the EPA approved the Florida Keys Mosquito Project. Began last April. They're trying to, what was the whole thing was to combat dengue, yellow fever, and Zika. It says they're trying to battle these things. The previously major public health concern was in the 17 and 1800s for yellow fever.
Yeah, none of those things are here.
No, pretty much everything's not here anymore in North America, but they're going to release 2 billion genetically modified mosquitoes into the world because they're battling stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
I know, it's ridiculous.
And
what?
all right, so Florida has reported a couple dengue fever cases.
Dengue. Is that TT fly?
Travel related though. It's for people flying in.
All right.
That's what they're.
I think I found it. Hold on.
Jesus Christ.
I'll play that for the 2 people watching or whatever.
Just take your mic right out the thing there. Here we go. Jimmy Stewart talking about Socrates. Clams.
Clams.
So everybody that's from Socrates and you want to watch a movie
About getting the Socrates.
about getting to Socrates, go watch Jimmy Stewart in It's a Wonderful World. I can't believe that, dude.
1939. I don't know. I don't know how we didn't know that.
How? Yeah, didn't everybody in growing up here in the
Know
high
that,
school know that?
I don't know.
You think they'd play it once a year, fucking
Something.
in the schools for the kids?
Something.
All right, and back into this article about mosquitoes. There's people in Brazil that are saying they did the same thing down there, and all it did was make mutant mosquitoes.
That's ridiculous.
And it raised health problems.
Why would you ever want to make mosquitoes? They're like the most pointless.
Well, the thing too, I heard recently, I saw on Tim Pool, they were talking about this patent to make mosquitoes carry vaccines.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we don't need to use needles. We can make mosquitoes carry a vaccine.
It's a fucking bioweapon.
Yeah. I did see that. And there is a patent for that. And Bill Gates is probably owns the goddamn patent.
He probably does. If this is the part that doesn't get me, why are they still pushing it? I mean, we've obviously made it through the worst, right? It's not going to get worse anymore. I mean, Russia's invaded Ukraine. It's over, right? that was the tipping point. Right?
WW3, right?
Yeah, I don't believe in WW3 is going to happen unless they
We already
make it.
been in it. I think it's been an economic war.
Yeah, war economics.
It's a war that
Use bioweapons.
it's been in the shadows.
You know how far north those bastards are from us too?
Who?
This whole thing, like Ukraine, it's up near like.
They're only 2 borders away, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying it would be in like the northern part of the Quebec territory. This is going down. It's up there.
Okay, so here goes. Genetically engineered mosquitoes were released in Brazil and their population didn't decline. Instead, hybrid mosquitoes were created that were more difficult to eradicate and might actually increase the spread of mosquito-borne disease, the researchers found. Releasing billions of GE mosquitoes, that's genetically engineered, makes it likely that female genetically engineered mosquitoes will get out and create hybrid mosquitoes that are more virulent and aggressive.
Oh, yeah.
Other public health strategies say you're fucked. No, that's not. Including the use of Wolbachia infected mosquitoes could better control the whatever. Oh, yeah. I don't know. It's just called people playing God.
Yeah, especially in Brazil. I mean, those suckers are breeding nonstop all year round down there. It don't get cold in parts of Brazil, especially the Amazon.
Skeeters.
How
about like Florida? Is skeeters in Florida all year round, or they don't have skeeters?
They got skeeters, but
year round?
The skeeters don't come out in the cold. It gets down to 50 in Florida sometimes.
At night?
Yeah.
Yeah. Their winter is fucking cold. 30s at night.
Maybe at times, depending where you are in Florida. Yeah. It's a long state, Florida. I mean, if you think about the Keys to like.
Well, what else we got? We're getting running out of time here, man. Not that we got to do anything, but
no.
Just remember to go to Rumble and sign up to Rumble, because YouTube's gonna die soon. They're gonna kill themselves right out of existence by banning everybody. You said you might have something pop culturally to talk about. Do you recall what that was?
Yeah, we already talked about it.
He talked about it.
I did.
What was it?
Contagion, the movie.
Oh, okay. All right. 28 Days, that was one of them.
I didn't see that one. Was that about zombies?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
No, Contagion was out in 20. What was it? 2008 or 2014 or something? I think it was 2014. And it was very similar to what happened over the last couple of years. Came out of China. Shocking.
Yeah.
CDC was involved. Shocking.
Jesse Smollett was involved.
Jesse was there. He's not suicidal, by the way. I just want you to know. Jesse Smollett is not suicidal.
Juicy Smollett.
Yeah. Dave Chappelle said that, I don't know how he knows this, but he said that black people weren't buying it. I don't, maybe talk to him.
I'm pretty sure the majority, black people were like, oh, you ain't going out to get a sandwich at 3 a.m.
in a blizzard.
In a blizzard. And then you ain't running into Trump supporters at 3 a.m. in Chicago.
Downtown Chicago.
So
that's true.
The whole thing stunk to high hell.
Yeah, it did.
And then the noose around the neck would look like like I said, I've bought tons of that same exact packaging of rope.
Mm-hmm.
And country boys know how to tie knots.
Sure.
So if you got some country boy hicks, you're trying to frame these people that are hicks.
Right.
And what they had there presented as their noose was nothing other than they took just a loop out of the thing and just hung it over his head. They just pulled on the rope and it was still packaged. It was just horrible.
Yeah. I mean, Chicago's pretty urban, Actually, when I lived in the Midwest, it took me a while to get to Chicago, but eventually I did get there, and somebody was very rude to me, and it was just like being home. I almost came to tears.
You're like, I'm back east.
It's just like, oh, he just told me to go for himself.
Oh.
God bless him. Yeah, it was like that. I mean, because a lot of the Midwest is, doesn't have that attitude. People don't curse as much. When I lived out there, I was getting accused of cursing all the time. Like,
that is something that New Yorkers are truly the best at, cursing.
Yeah, we curse pretty well. Yep.
All the time. I mean, I've learned to back off of it over the years. I have been indulging a little bit for the show every now and then. But if I let the cursing go, it could be every other word. I used to curse every other fucking word.
I want to talk to you about the words that you use on the show.
Do you miss, this is a question, this is out of left field
Bill
a little
Cosby?
bit.
No.
Pudding. Pop.
Flim flam flarf.
Do you miss liking Star Wars? Or do you still like Star Wars?
I mean, I still like it, but there's a lot of aspects of Star Wars that are just like, what the You know, they just rewrote some stuff.
It's like it doesn't seem like there's
an agenda now.
Well, there's definitely an agenda, but I'm just talking the writing sucks, so the story sucks, the characters and heroes suck, and but there's missing like an element of the universe that you used to kind of like be like, wow, it does seem mysterious. But when you bring in that whole like, well, we want to make it like the real world, you're like, I'm watching it so I don't have to pretend I'm in the fucking real world.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Kind of counteractive.
Because I was watching Chris Gore. He's got his own little web thing that he's doing with reviewing movies and TVs or whatever. And he was saying he's going to Celebration, you know, and he's like, I don't even want to fucking go. I'm just going because I already bought the ticket. And it's like, he's like, I miss liking Star Wars. And I was like, God damn, Chris Gore, you hit the nail on the head.
Is it in Indianapolis again?
No, it's in California.
Ah, it's too far.
Yeah.
Too far. I would have went to Green Bay as far as I would have went.
Yeah.
Green Bay looks interesting.
I mean, what the fuck celebration are they even on right now?
I don't know.
They got to be deep.
Green Bay looks like an interesting place. You got like the stadium, and then there's like...
It's a slum. No,
it's not.
It's not a slum.
It's not a slum.
I went to Green Bay a couple years back. Yeah. And it is fucking cool. It's fucking cool because it's like old school America.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Except there's this giant stadium in the middle of this little...
In the middle. Yeah, it's like...
town.
And there's like a bar every 10 feet for the working folk, you know, and they're all out there busting their ass. And then they got the stadium smack dab just popping up out of the middle of all these, like, this work...
I bet there are a lot of shareholders there. That's the only privately owned team in... publicly owned team, I'm sorry. It's the only publicly owned team in the NFL.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they shareholders.
That's pretty cool.
That's why it's there.
In the middle of that zone, because otherwise, it would have been moved a million times.
Yeah, they would have found a bigger market.
They'd have been like, oh, let's get this the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We're not making enough money.
San Jose or wherever.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Buffalo's stadium's out in the middle of nowhere, too, right?
I don't think so. I think it's right. I mean, I'd have to look that up, but I felt like the stadium's right in Buffalo.
No, it's like in the suburbs.
All right.
From what I remember. But Buffalo's still a big city. I mean, it's the second biggest city in New York. Even though it's dying, it's got like 200,000 people, I think, still.
Buffalo's a cool city. What's
third biggest city?
Second?
Second is Buffalo.
Oh, what's third?
Yonkers.
Yonkers?
I think so.
Hmm.
Yonkers.
They don't have names on them anymore. It just says Celebration 2022 Anaheim.
Anaheim.
That's where they have the big Comic-Con. I wonder if they're going to have that this year.
That's where the Angels used to play, remember?
The Angels.
Rod Carew. I heard some crazy story about Rod Carew. So there was a kid that was a Rod Carew fan. And then he grew up, and I think he was on the Jets. And he died. He was a donor. He was an organ donor. And Rod Carew was looking for an organ. And his organ ended up in Rod Carew. Weird. So it was some big Rod Carew fan who ended up going to play football, was an organ donor, and Rod Carew ended up with his...
And he's playing football. So he did end up playing football.
But he died. The guy ended up playing football, and he died.
Well, I'm saying he ended up playing football with Rod.
Well, Rod Carew...
As his kidney.
No. Rod got the football players. He was already retired. Rod Carew was already retired from baseball. And then the football guy died.
Oh, baseball. I don't even know what I'm thinking. I'm looking at the Bills here and fucking listening to you.
Talking to me about Rod Carew.
So what you're saying is the fan got the guy's kidney, or
the fan gave... One of Rod Carew's biggest fans ended up giving him an organ. Coincidentally.
But he was already done playing.
Yeah, it wasn't done playing. It was tragic death. Rod Carew was done playing, but the football player wasn't.
Okay. Whatever. That's, I guess, a crazy story. I got it tangled up looking at stuff.
Tangled up in blue.
I was looking for the Buffalo Stadium, and I can't, I'm not trying to.
Buffalo.
Buffalo Bills Stadium.
Let me see if I can find her. I believe it's south of the city, but not too far south. Still in Erie County.
Yeah, it should be right here on maps. I just got a bunch of pictures. I guess I was in images.
Goddamn Canadians getting in the way of their stupid country. No, it's good because you can tell.
Yeah, so
Google.
that is quite a bit south, yeah, of the city. You're right.
You found it? I don't know. I just driven past there, going to Jamestown and such.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Wow. That's like on the way out of town, brah.
Where is it?
South.
South.
Highmark Stadium, is that what it is? Highmark?
Orchid Park.
Highmark?
I think that's what they say is Orchid Park. It's the only damn football team in New York now, officially.
Why? We're the Jets.
I mean, the Jets and the Giants play in Jersey.
They're both at the Meadowlands, eh?
Yeah, they're both in the swamp.
They're both in that stank-ass swamp down there.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's quite a ways outside of town, huh? Yeah, there's like a suburban neighborhood. There's like a community college.
Let
next
them
door.
drive Teslas. Let them drive Teslas to the football
to
game.
the football games.
You want to get to the game? Drive a Tesla.
Why were your Tesla?
And
You
have
can't even. Where could you charge up a Tesla around here? Where's the closest place?
I think Kingston.
I think so too. You got to drive 12 miles just to get some.
You could also buy a home charger. You know,
Okay.
a couple extra. Who knows? $20,000, $12,000. I don't know.
Sure.
You know,
That's much cheaper than a tank of gas.
70% of the energy to make electric energy is petroleum energy.
That makes sense because they don't want nuclear power.
So we're
either.
just trying to get rid of 30% of the energy costs by.
making everybody buy.
We'll
Tesla.
probably get just get rid of 30% of the population, and we'll all be good.
Almost like they got a plan.
Almost like a plan, man.
Yeah, there's Buffalo,
Well,
Mount Morris, Belfast.
I'm
New
gonna
York.
apologize to the viewership and fans at the moment because I have been slacking. Barney's been moving. The
moving.
show could be
We'll get better.
progressing faster, you could say. I mean, we are doing our damnedest, I guess. I don't know.
Whoa,
What the hell is that?
that was something loud. Delaware Gap. I'm so confused where I am.
What are you doing over by the Gap?
I was just looking at that stadium in Buffalo.
You ever go to the Poconos?
Yeah.
You like them?
Uh,
Little mountain area down there.
by Scranton. By where Scranton Joe is from. Yeah. It reminds me of the Catskills a little bit.
Yeah, it's nice.
Allentown, right?
Yeah, Allentown. Nice town. They got
Eureka, right?
Archimedes.
That's where Larry Holmes is from.
Isn't that what Archimedes said when he figured out the displacement of water?
I think so.
Eureka.
Larry Holmes is from there.
Your boy.
My boy, Larry Holmes. He did this the whole time. Had his one arm out on your forehead the whole time.
Your boy.
Larry was the man. Larry Holmes.
Lair. You called him Lur.
Lure.
Hey, Lur.
And then, everybody made the big thing. Do you remember, what was his name? Jerry Cooney?
No.
Jerry Cooney was like this Irish guy out of Boston. He somehow he got a shot at the title. And
Oh, you mean against Tyson?
no,
no,
he
it
was
wasn't
against
Tyson.
Larry Holmes.
Larry Holmes.
And the whole media was trying to make it out to be like this racial thing. And Larry Holmes,
Who am I thinking? I'm thinking of something else.
Larry Holmes and Jerry Cooney ended up being friends. They were like, "What the hell are these people talking about?" Yeah.
Did they eat corned beef and cabbage?
No, I don't think they did, Brad.
Do you?
No, I don't eat corned beef and cabbage.
How come?
I just never liked it.
You want some?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You come over next week.
I'm all right. I'm all right in the corned beef and cabbage.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
The place I was born. Time to cut the
Drive a
corn.
Tesla, man.
What Tesla?
I did that.
Cut the hair and cut the down around
Did you
the
see there's
rocky
new
road.
stickers?
What?
Where they're before it was Joe Biden. This Joe Biden sticker
did
saying
that.
I did that.
Yeah.
Now there's new ones popping up. They got Pelosi and she goes, I helped. And then they got Kamala next to her. It says, I'm stupid.
I saw a lady put one back. She ripped one off and she was putting it back.
Why?
I guess because she figured out this is where it belonged, was on the gas pump. I saw
A lot of people can't believe that it's Joe Biden's fault. They're like, the president doesn't set the gas price.
That's true. He does not set the gas price.
It is true. Technically, that's true.
That is true. But he vowed to get us off gas
And
numerous times.
And it's been going up day one since he got in office.
Since he got in office, right.
Mm-hmm. And he has done nothing to try and
No.
alleviate these issues.
He made a better deal with Saudi Arabia, I guess.
When?
I guess recently we
Last
reached-
2-3 days? When he'd been calling up everybody begging for them to produce more oil?
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't even, supposedly the reports were they didn't take his call at first. Like
Maybe. I doubt he called personally. Maybe he did.
I wouldn't want.
Hello?
Would you want to talk to him? Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Pump it more, man.
Look, let me tell
My
you.
Corvette, man. It needs, it's green. And
That's a bunch of malarkey, man.
what are you, dog? Horse, pony, soldier?
Horse-faced pony soldier. You're a lion, horse-faced pony soldier.
That's a lion. Malarkey. Popcorn? Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Corn Pop was a bad dude.
Let me sniff your hair.
That's why I feel he's going to handle Putin, really, because Corn Pop was a bad dude. All right.
He's going to sniff his bald head.
When I was little, my mom used to say, now, Michael, when you go out there, don't look Corn Pop in the eye.
I got hair on my leg that stand up when it was rubbed in the sun.
And
it stand on end, and the kids rubbed my leg hair.
Rub my leg.
And I liked it.
And I like little kids on my lap.
Corn Pop was a bad dude. Send Corn Pop over to Russia, will you?
Send him over. He's a bad dude.
Corn Pop, I got a job for you.
That's something that's surprising me. We haven't heard any attacks in Russia.
What do you mean?
So no Ukrainian nationalists has snuck into Russia and blew something up?
Right, like a fanatic.
Sure.
Yeah.
You come to my country and blow my family up, I go to your country, blow your family up.
Like
tit-tat.
That would be some
For tat and tat.
eye for an eye, tit for tat.
For tat.
Tony Montana shit.
They just put a Z on them and they run across over there.
Fuck with me, I fuck with you.
Tony Montana.
You want to fuck with me, man?
Say hello to my little friend.
Boom. So remember to pay extra for gas and like it, everyone. Please make sure it makes you feel better when you're pumping that gas, because Joe Biden would, Jen Psaki, Kamala Harris, they all want you to feel really good. You're fighting for freedom in Ukraine.
Because oil companies are greedy, so you got to fight for freedom.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Buy Tesla.
Buy Tesla.
Because Elon,
you can afford it.
Elon, he skips out in taxes, so you got to make him richer. And
listen to Mr. Colbert tell you that he'll gladly pay $15 a gallon.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's got a clear conscience.
Can somebody kill that bastard?
Isn't he Canadian?
I'm not sure. I don't think so. I think he's from New York.
All right.
I'm going to look it up. Stefan Colbert.
All right. I wonder what we're going to have to talk about next week.
The environmental crisis.
Well, that's going to happen next.
That's where they're going to take all your ways.
They're going to fine you for breathing clean air. They're going to be like, "Oh, you want to breathe? I mean, they already got those cans of fresh air you can sell, or people are buying them in China.
Yeah, you can buy them here, right here. I get you a bag of fresh air.
Twitch streamers are selling their farts for like $1,000 a jar.
I heard that. No, I'll take a whole shit in a jar for $1,000. You ain't gonna, I ain't gonna half-ass it. Yeah.
You're gonna get the genuine product.
Genuine product. Something tangible.
Tell me what flavor you want.
You want corn in it? That's gonna be extra. Some peanuts.
What do you want me to eat the night before? We're taking specialty orders,
custom shit right here. Fuck those guys. Colbert's from D.C. He was born in Washington, D.C.
Okay, so he's not Canadian. He just talks like one.
Just talks like one. Oh my God. How long before he starts hanging out with Yoko Ono? I don't know.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's Joe Behar.
She back in her chair. She gets crawl back up off the floor and get in her chair.
Then there's this crazy MSNBC lady.
Oh, you're talking about the other Joy?
There's another Joy too.
Man, she is insane.
She is insane. She's
little Brian's all worried he's gonna lose his job too.
Yeah, but that lady's crazy. Like
she's a straight up racist.
Yeah, I think Malcolm X would tell her to chill out. Like
that. Yeah.
Militant Malcolm. Yeah, at least he was a proud American. My God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, she's straight up racist. She hates white people.
She hates white people. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And she's on
but, you know,
CBS.
That's it's you're right. Do whatever you want. We live in a free country. Go for it. Go for it. But I'm gonna call you out on it.
Yeah. And if I accidentally shoot a deer near you,
it's okay for them to be racist though, not for anybody else. That's the other thing.
That's
it's
not
like
okay.
The Klan gotta go.
It's not okay.
And then
we can't have that kind of division.
I think the whole point being is like the whole reason for the First Amendment was so you're gonna have to debate and you're gonna have to own your ideas.
Yeah.
And anybody with a good conscience and a decent friggin' brain is gonna understand that hate and anger usually ain't the fucking way to be. And that's why over the years of the country's existence, the Klan has gotten smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they act like it's the fucking taking over again.
Well, see, that was the thing. Like this, what was her name? The Anti-Defamation League got caught off guard by that when the media started to make those claims. It's now changed. But they were like, what the hell is the media talking about? We didn't pick that up. You guys saying we don't do our job? Like,
yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they were fucking like,
oh, they were floored. Like, what are you talking about?
Where are they? I mean, I had people close to me telling me like how big a problem it was. I was like, go look at the fucking FBI numbers.
Yeah,
it's like a percentage of 1% that is the fucking of American people that believe in that stuff.
Nazis under the couch, Brandon. Nazis under the couch. Well, that's just it, because there is genuine hate groups in America. And
yeah, they're out there, but
they haven't got any bigger.
Their numbers are minuscule, and they're just knuckleheads. And there's a lot of people that are trying to convert them out of it.
Sure.
A lot of people trying to convert them out of it, but then you get fucking Jesse Smollett going out on TV acting like they're fucking prowling the street everywhere at 3 a.m.
He only got 150 days. You know how many people that story probably affected?
In a negative way.
Oh, yeah.
Because they think there's the boogeyman out there.
Right.
Fucking poor little kids. Little kids getting scared. They're being told that you see a guy with a red hat, he's going to hit you.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It's like terrorism.
Mental terrorism. But that's okay if they do it, man. That's okay.
He's not suicide.
It's okay if you're a liberal and you mentally terrorize people.
And that's what they say. Well, I mean, there's some normal. I mean, what's her face there? Tulsi Gabbard. She seems sane.
Well, they more or less kicked her out of the party, and they've.
What about the guy from West Virginia? He seems sane.
Which guy?
The guy who used his vote and then destroyed democracy. You were saying? He voted his conscience and destroyed
He destroyed democracy.
by voting. Yeah, that was great.
Dude, that's their answer for everything.
Whenever someone votes the way they didn't.
Democracy's on its last leg, and you thinking like that are going to destroy it.
You voting like that. That's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, voting, thinking,
It was so ridiculous.
wearing a hat, wearing a T-shirt.
Speaking.
You're going to fucking, you're going to.
Joe Manchin, right? Joe Manchin.
Oh, man. Joe Manchin got a lot of shit.
But he's basically a blue dog Democrat.
Yeah, which you're not allowed to be anymore, obviously.
Apparently not.
Oh. I mean, I know we're going over here.
We're over.
But we're just going to do it. Fuck it. Couple more minutes. Ben Shapiro asks Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez
Yeah.
to a debate.
She can do that.
She fucking says he's catcalling her.
What?
That was her response. It's basically a cat call. He's catcalling me.
What is her? Is she an egomaniac or something?
I believe so, because everybody's trying to date her or friggin', go out with her. Everybody hates her because they, obviously are infatuated with her, or catcalling her, or, sexually harassing
So
her.
did he agree to do it via teleprompter? Or
No,
via...
she's not going to do it because she's a dummy.
Well, she is a dummy. She.
He already tried to debate her like 2 or 3 years ago, and she just totally wigged out about that, too.
Huh.
I mean, he would destroy her. Everybody knows that.
Oh, yeah. I don't think she can define sovereignty.
She probably can't define a lot of things.
She's good with internets.
Oh, she's great at getting on the old Twitter and, drinking a couple glasses of wine and getting sloppy.
Is that what she does?
She does it quite often. She doesn't even know what a fucking food dispenser is. You see that one?
No, I didn't see that.
This was like 2 years ago. She's like, what is this? There's a hole in the sink. I don't know what it is. It's not the drain. And it's like, how do you come out of friggin' New York City as this poor,
Seriously.
Latino girl and not know what a food dispenser is?
I don't get it. How do you live in New York City and not know what that is?
I don't know. She just never taken care of herself, or someone who's taking care of her. I don't know.
Huh.
I mean, it's possible she grew up in an
still
apartment.
Latino? Or is she Latinx? then?
She's Latinx.
Oh, okay. Just check. Just wanted to make sure.
She's Latinx. Sorry. But she could have grown up in an apartment that didn't have one. I mean, I can't imagine though her growing up her whole life, going to college, not knowing what that is.
Yeah,
I mean, I remember seeing them in movies when I was like 6, 7 years old. I'm like, what's that?
The
It's
Cunninghams
weird.
had one.
Yeah.
On what was that?
I was old enough to figure it out while
Fonzie.
not having one on TV.
On TV, yeah.
6, 7 years old.
Fonzie, what was that?
That was Happy Days.
Happy Days, yeah.
Happy. Days. Da-da-da. 1, 2, 3, 4. Happy Days. Something like that, right?
Yeah. Happy Days. Laverne and Shirley, it was a spinoff, right?
Yeah. And they were just what? They're Detroit? Were they in Detroit? Milwaukee. Yeah, and they were just like worked in a beer factory.
Yeah, they were bobblers. And they had Squeaky.
Where do you find a girl like that nowadays?
The guy from Spinal Tap, what's his name?
Yeah, I forget. Squiggy. Yeah, he was funny.
The other guy from Spinal Tap, he's a registered sex offender.
Get out of here.
I swear to God.
Oh, boy. Now you're spreading out dirt.
No, that's not dirt. He's got to tell you when he moves in the neighborhood. That's what that is. Squiggy.
Oh, the Squiggy one?
I'm Squiggy and Lenny. I might have been
Lenny? The
Yeah.
tall one?
Yeah. All right. Not David Lander, the other guy.
I don't know.
All right, so it must be Lenny. Lenny. He was in Spinal Tap as well. Laverne Shirley is Michael McKean. Let me just double check. Michael McKean, it says. Michael McKean.
Michael McKean.
That's him. Now I'm going to put Michael McKean, sex offender. I could be spreading this.
I don't know. You might be. I don't know if this is true or not. It says Obama White House doctor demands Biden resign. I don't know if it's true. I'm just looking at
Michael McKean arrested. Michael McKean, registered sex offender.
Oh wow.
I don't know if it's the same one, but I've heard that guy is though.
Okay, so this is legit. The dude tweeted. He says Biden doesn't know what's going on with Ukraine. He doesn't know what's going on with anything. He's not cognitively capable of leading. He needs to resign before our country suffers anymore.
Oh shit. She's not fit either.
Oh no, Kamala's. I mean, I was saying that to somebody today.
Is Ukraine is a country over in Europe, and
it's next to a big country
named
Russia.
And the Russians attacked a little country named Ukraine.
And that's bad.
That's bad. Like, what the fuck?
Did you see her in Poland? She's standing there. They're like, could you tell us about, the effects of the oil and inflation prices going up and how long people are going to have to and they start the question with this, Mrs. Vice President, could you please explain the blah, 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 and how long you people will have to endure these prices? And she's sitting there and she was like, looks over at the other, the friggin' she looks,
handler.
No, not their handler, the friggin' other person from Poland that maybe it was the president of Poland. I don't know what they got. But she looks over him like, and the guy's like, they asked you, dummy. And she's like, well, and she gave one of those things like she always does, like the actions we got to take are like we got to do today, and that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do the things that we got to do now for today. Today, now we're gonna do it.
Got the children.
It's like
so. No. It's Joe Biden. It's Joe Biden, and I'm Kamala Harris, and I'm the vice president.
Oh my!
Remember that interview?
Yeah. With
Charlemagne. God, I mean, when you gotta tell somebody you're king, you ain't king. It's just fucking.
And Joe, I just wish I gotta put these clips together. You're right, Barnes. We gotta play the clip where she's accusing Biden of being a friggin' white supremacist, accusing him of being like a friggin'.
He was the last senator that used the N-word on the Senate floor.
Yeah, I know. You could get the word out there, man. We got to get the word out. What else did she claim of being a friggin' a sex offender? She's like, he went after, one of his staffers and this and that. And it's like, okay, so you ran against him and you called him every name in the book. And then Colbert calls her out on TV about that. And she goes, well, it was part of a campaign, and starts doing her cackle laugh. It's just a fucking campaign. I'm just a piece of shit politician.
Yeah. That's like that picture of Jen Psaki and Biden came out. Joe was getting a handful, you know what I mean?
What? I haven't seen this.
He came up behind her and he grabbed her.
Did he sniff her hair?
I can't tell if he sniffed her hair, but he's grabbing a handful.
Oh,
he's got
wow.
her by the tits.
Well, he's so old, he don't know what the fuck he's grabbing
My
anymore.
tits? I don't even know.
You don't know what he's grabbing.
I don't remember having tits, but
he thinks he's grabbing himself, groping himself. Oh, Joe Grope.
Oh, God.
Joe Groper, groping myself. I don't even know. I thought I was a woman.
He's living the dream.
Come on, man. Dog face, pony, horse face, liar.
Lion, dog face, pony soldier. What the hell? Come on, man.
I did that.
Here's the deal.
Hunter likes crack. He likes a whole lot of crack. Hunter likes crack.
I remember the last time some of the family members is bad. I mean, they try to make the Trumps sound like they're interesting, but do you remember Billy Carter? I was so young during this.
I don't remember him. No. I mean, I remember what was Clinton's brother. He was a fuck up.
Oh yeah, Clinton's brother was a fuck up too.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Carter's brother was an alcoholic, and I didn't know what to do with him, so he started his own brewery.
Sick.
Billy Beer. Yeah, I remember
Billy Beer. Billy Carter Beer.
Yeah, Billy Beer. I remember that. And they had commercials, and I'm like, my grandfather was like mad at the screen. I'm like, what's going on? Why is he
Like,
mad
this
at
country's going to hell.
Why is Grandpa mad at the screen? Billy Beer is a brand of beer first made in the United States in July 1977 by the Falls City Brewing Company. It was promoted by Billy Carter, who was the older brother of Jimmy when he was president of the United States.
Well, they're definitely drawing the Carter fucking like administration and the Biden administration. They're making the parallels fucking like or drawing out these similarities, or like it's almost like the exact same thing.
Biden's worse.
All right, there we have it, folks. Biden's worse.
Biden's definitely worse.
Well, I think because Carter at least had cognitive capabilities.
Yeah, and I mean, as far as like the character of the individuals, I don't know if we've had a president as good as Jimmy Carter, like in the heart as like a human being.
Right.
Maybe not the greatest president, but
Well, did you see what the asshole Lindsey Graham said about Biden just the other day?
No.
He's like, if you got a problem with Joe Biden, you have to rethink who you are as a person, because he's one of the best man, or one of the nicest people I've ever met in politics, and he's just about as a good man as God can make.
Yeah, Lindsey Graham's fucking bought.
He's
and sold.
shot.
He's so bought and sold.
Yeah, totally shot. And that, of course, he's one of the guys calling for war.
Oh, of course he is,
because he's just like, yeah, let's do it. I got shares in Raytheon,
exactly,
or whatever company he has shares in.
Skunkworks.
That's a great name.
Yeah, it is. Skunkworks. Yeah, he's probably got all kinds of United Defense.
So, all right, we're gonna wrap this up soon. We're going way over. We're gonna try and do another 4 or 5 minutes, so we're wrapping it up at 2.5 hours. But speaking of Skunkworks, high tech shit, when are we gonna capture an alien?
I don't know.
I mean, me and you personally. We're gonna set a trap and capture one. Remember, we even thought about doing that way back when we go sit in the field with lights and shine them up in the sky.
Oh yeah.
We're like, well, we could build a big triangle light system.
That was with Terry Rivenberg. I remember that.
Oh my God.
He wanted to get a surface-to-air missile stump.
So we could do this.
Stumper.
We could do this and go for a. Well, maybe we'll put it on YouTube. We're going to capture an alien. How to capture an alien. One from the sky.
Not at the border.
We're going to have to freaking make sure that's clear.
I'm not going to go kidnap a Canadian.
No. We're going after the Greys or the reptiles or the Nordic.
I'm not used to treating Canadians like foreigners. The whole passport thing and.
No, I mean, for me, it was like you just drive through a little toll booth, but now it's all since 9/11. They fucked that all up.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's bullshit, man. It's bullshit. Really bullshit. It's like all of this stuff since 9/11 is just to wrap down society, It's just to clamp down on everybody's freedoms. And somebody I just saw was saying how it's like our citizenship is being devalued. It's like, you want to talk about fucking inflation? It's like, just think about with all the censorship, you being told what you can and can't do, 9/11 fucking, being spied on, whatever, with the fucking Patriot Act. It's like our citizenship is being devalued. It's like, it's not as valuable as it once was.
Right.
Totally.
No, I agree.
And that just kind of got me all fucking angered.
I just went off on a tangent in my head.
Tangent?
Yeah.
What'd you got?
Remember when
we're going alien hunt.
Giovanni was running for president?
Who?
Giovanni. He was running for president or whatever. And
no.
This is like He was running for something, and every other word was, I got up at 9/11 this morning, and I talked to 9 or 11 lawyers about what I should do with my future. And 9 out of 11 of those lawyers, he kept saying 9/11 in every different way he could think of. Oh, he dropped it every single different way he could.
Well, I mean, we got to the point now where you can't even say certain shit on Facebook. I mean, or YouTube, or I don't know. If you say certain things about conspiracy theories, it's called misinformation. It's so scary. So scary. Scary. Oh God. So we're not gonna do that. I mean, we'd have to like make some private. I mean, that's the big thing now is like everybody's making their websites private, and you actually have to go sign into their website to hear real conversations.
What's that new one there?
Shit, we got some low disk space.
Hello, low disk space. There's a new social media, Trump social media.
I don't know what's going on with that. I haven't really checked it since
Truth Social.
Truth Social, they launched and they're having issues. Yeah,
Are they?
I guess I went and looked since.
Wonder what's going on over there. There's a waiting list.
I've heard.
You gotta like provide ID and shit.
All right, we gotta get going, people.
Whew.
Next
That's
week,
a long one.
Who knows what's gonna happen in the world? Probably higher gas and more expensive food.
Maybe a COVID comeback. Huh?
Don't call it a comeback.
COVID's been here for years. Knocking my beers, making suckers some beer.
Well, anything else you want to say?
Filled my mind, and I came up with this funky rhyme.
I got that COVID in me. That COVID in me. COVID number 19. That's a Suicidal Tendencies song. I'm not suicidal.
Nah.
Anybody who thinks I am, I don't know. What is that? Jesse Smollett.
Oh,
He's
God.
an asshole.
I want to watch the judge's response to him.
He thinks he's getting fucking Epsteined.
He might. He's got to know something. He couldn't have thought this all by himself and thought this was a great idea and done it so haphazardly, could he? I mean, he couldn't be that arrogant to think he could get away with something so fucking ridiculous.
Hey, maybe you're gonna get him. Maybe he's on the Hillary list with you.
God damn it!
You're on that
I
list.
hate this kill count thing.
All right. Anything else? We got to go because my computer's going to fucking crash, it looks like.
No, I can't think of anything else. What are we forgetting now? What do we got to forget?
Oh, I forgot the two our things. We must forget. What are we forgetting? What must we forget?
That Russian pipelines closed down hurt their economy, but not ours.
Right. It doesn't hurt us, but it hurts them when you close down the lines.
Right.
And we must forget that. And who's towing the line? The biggest echo of the week?
Ooh.
The biggest echo of I think towing the line this week was electric cars. Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, it has to be, right?
You know, he's towing the line. He's just like, you come buy an electric car and everything's going to be okay.
You know, that might change our what must we forget, because we must forget that Joe Biden ran on his campaign promise was to get rid of fossil
petroleum.
fuels. Yeah.
Well, to all the lefties out there, cheers to you because you're getting what you want.
Yeah, that's it.
Hope you enjoy the $15 a gallon in your electric car. I'm sure you're like, I do got one, so fuck you.
Oh, God. And then I got people I know who don't know how gas prices work or tell me how gas prices work. But you don't know how fucking gas prices work. Shut the fuck up. You heard that on TV. Holy shit. I see all these people posting this shit. That's not how gas prices. I'm not getting involved in it, but I see it. And it's like, motherfucker, I know you. I know you don't know shit. You're not a gas price genius.
Well, that was the other thing, too, where I kept seeing that. It was like, last week I was a medical expert, and this week I'm a fucking, I'm a foreign
relations expert of Eastern Europe.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching. Thank you for coming back. Yeah, and hope to see more of you here as we continue our little experiment here in being bullshitters.
Bullshitters.
I got a
Professional.
black belt in bullshit.
It hit me like a pile of bullshit. It just hit me like a pile of bullshit.
It felt like hammered bullshit. I was hammered bullshit.
They held me down. They taped open my mouth and shoved bullshit directly in there.
Ooh, and remember, if you want some of that flavored bullshit, give Marty a call.
You see that hooving animal out there? The one with the hooves and the horns? You see that stuff coming out of its rear end there? That's what this is. Bullshit.
Just bullshit. All right, remember, everybody, wherever you go, there you are. Peace out.